Good evening, everyone, and welcome in once again to Tomahawk Valley here on the campus of Madison Central High School. Once again, under the Friday night lights, it is your Madison Central Indians at home as they welcome in the defenders of Bryan Station for the final district regular season game of the season, with a home playoff game up for grabs for the winner, and potentially 2 home playoff games, depending how that postseason was to play out. For the Indians tonight, it's simple. It's senior night, and you want to always defend your home turf on senior night. As we welcome you into our broadcast, we appreciate all of our great sponsors, including our presenter sponsor, Bishop's Small Engine Repair, with a variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. In all of Richmond, Kentucky, there isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than Bishop's. They're happy to help you find either the perfect outdoor power equipment, service, or the parts you've been looking for. You can check out their brochures, including Bearcat, Cub Cadet, Echo, Grasshopper, Makita, and Shindawa, to see what they have available. And if you need help in making your selection, call or stop in on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. And while it might finally be time to put that mower away, those also make some great Christmas presents, and that season is right around the corner as well. As we come at you live here on WBON TV, I'm Michael Watkins, and dressed in his Freddy Krueger Halloween costume, John Clark joins us here once again tonight. It's the Chenault Vineyards pregame show, and tomorrow night, a big night at Chenault Vineyards, as Easton Corbin will take the stage to kind of close out their spring and summer concert series. So a great night planned for all, and it's EKU homecoming, so a busy weekend here in Richmond. And Coach Clark, an exciting time. We are finally, that October fall air is finally here.
Feels great out, man.
Does.
Like we've got the windows open here. I love it. I love that crisp, cool. This is, ever since I was a kid, man, this just makes me think of football season when I walk outside and it feels like this. It gets your blood pumping.
It does. And when you look at tonight's game, of course, the weather, it's not going to play a factor, I don't think, because it's not. I mean, these guys they're used to it. They've been practicing this week. It's getting chilly. But again, tonight, a lot riding on this game, as the winner will obviously get a postseason game, and some of the other games around the area have already started. We got Dunbar and Lafayette. They're already in action. It's tied scoreless after the first quarter. So I believe the loser of that game would face the winner of this game, and vice versa. The winner of this, or the loser of this game, would face the winner of that one.
I got you.
It's the 3-2 matchup. Obviously, the winner of tonight's game is the number 2 seed in our district, barring a GRC upset over Frederick Douglass, which I don't see. And then the loser of this game will be the 3 seed in our district. So it's an exciting night. Postseason football is right around the corner, and we're excited to be with you here on WBON TV. The game time temperature is brought to you by Madison HVAC. Don't let yourself down by failing to have your HVAC system inspected before the winter gets here. It's obviously right around the corner. We're finally in that cold fall time, but man, it'll be down in the 20s and 15 or 20 so before you know it. And you want to make sure that your heating and cooling system is ready to keep you and your family warm during those winter months. Call now or visit Madison HVAC. Their website is madisonhvacr.com, and let their experts keep your system heating and cooling all year long. It is currently 53 degrees. And, Coach, I was telling you before we kind of came on the air, I wrote down the temperature at like 6:40, and it was 59 degrees. Here we are 30 minutes after that, it's already down to 53. So we're going south fast on the weather right now as far as how it feels outside. But, you know, again, these guys are ready for it. It's that football-like weather, and we're glad it's finally here.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful night for football. And as the season goes on, the weather does have a big impact come playoff time. Practicing, I used to switch to morning practices at times going into the playoffs on Thursdays, and just to get that cold, crisp, kind of dewy feel, to get used to that bite, because it can affect the way you guys carry the football. The ball gets a little harder.
Yeah.
Like the ball gets firmer is what I'm referring to. Like, it's harder to catch. Your hands
and
are
throw.
cold.
And
you'll see guys tonight that'll have their sleeves pulled down over their hands. Hopefully not for Central, but those are things you look for on the field for your guys.
It's Bryan Station to Madison Central. Kickoff 23 minutes away. When we come back, we have a special piece about the Madison Central Band, which will look to bring home a 7th state championship tomorrow. The state competition taking place down in Bowling Green. We'll have that for you, along with our keys to the game and our Star Watch. Now, that's all coming up next on WBON TV.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Neat agility, the Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power, the Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky. The Madison Central Marching Band is over 180 members strong this year. Their 2025 show is called Love Departed, and in their first competition, they completed the show yielding second place overall and tied for top musical performance. These amazing students have a great opportunity once again as they are heading to Bowling Green this weekend, looking to bring home their 7th straight championship to Madison Central. They will perform at 12:30 Central Time tomorrow, and once the results are announced, WBON TV will pass them along. David Jaggi has been the director and been involved with the Madison Central Marching Band for decades, and he is so excited once again to lead this team into the state championships. We spoke to him earlier this year about what all goes into his band and the performers that are out there on the field with him.
I came in 2006 and thought that I may be here a couple years and then go back to graduate school. And I just found that I really liked teaching high school band. So I found my home. I worked with Brent Barton for years as the head director, as his assistant, and then he retired in 2016, and it's just, it's been a wonderful home for me.
A lot has changed over the years, as it has in pretty much everything in life. And as Mr. Jaggy says, the biggest difference from when he first started is thus the relationship with his colleagues throughout the school who lead other programs.
I think a lot of it, in my mind, is how we interact with the school as a whole and like what the school community is. I've got a great set of coaches and extracurricular folks all across the school system. So it's really watching like how the band kids interact with the soccer kids or the football kids or the cheerleaders or the dance team, and you know how we all kind of work together. It's not that it wasn't great when I got here, but I think a lot of the people that are in those roles have been here for so long that we all have a wonderful relationship, and you can see it passed down to the students.
The theme is always a big deal each year, and this season Mr. Jaggy is very excited for them to tie in Swan Lake to their performance.
Well, the theme started for us wanting to do Swan Lake. It's one of the famous pieces of music, and I think the Madison Central Band is kind of known for wearing its like heart on its sleeve. So we are like the emotional band, and we just play with a lot of passion. And so like the composer Tchaikovsky is known for passion. That's typical of his era of composition. So that's kind of where it started. And then it's like, okay, so what kind of show can we like build out of that? What is a way of doing Swan Lake in a new way, and a way that's not just Swan Lake? So we put Swan Lake with a couple of the pieces of music. Daphnis and Chloe, which is another classical composition. This one, that's by Ravel. And then we use some music from Ghost, which has been redone in the last several years on Broadway as well. And so the theme in all three of those, the running theme, is this like love that, you know, has something in its way. So the show is called Love Departed. And it's a through thread through all three of those. But what it's really going to look like, I think for the first time viewer, it's going to look like Swan Lake, but you're going to hear some stuff that takes you just beyond that like famous score.
So yeah, the Madison Central Marching Band competing down in Bowling Green tomorrow at 12:30 Central Time, looking for their 7th state championship for marching band. So good luck to them, and we'll be rooting for you. And Coach, we're rooting for a good football game tonight, and hopefully Madison Central, who looked really good coming off that loss against Frederick Douglass 2 weeks ago, last week dominating over in Winchester against GRC. And what a great night for the Indians last week, winning the Battle of the Bridge, and now they're trying to secure a home playoff game with a victory here tonight against Bryan Station.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd call last week. I mean, it was road graded them in a rivalry game. It was an absolute whoop. And I'd like to know. I meant to check this week. If I think Herbst had 5 touchdowns, right?
No, he had 3. Had 1 called back.
Okay.
And then Barnes had a couple. They did have almost 500 yards total offense.
I'm wondering what some school records that might have been on the verge of falling in that game potentially.
Yeah, it was domination last week for sure.
And it's put them, looking at the 6A numbers that have come out, 31 teams in 6A have reported numbers to this point, and right now Madison Central is #1 in rushing offense in the entire state of 6A. Corinthian Barnes sits at 6th rushing yards per game, and he sits at 6th in rushing yards per game and 6th in scoring, and the offense is 7th in 6A in scoring, which that's been a change we've seen since early in the season.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at the Johnson Central game, the North Laurel game. Those 2 games, they couldn't put points on the board.
Yeah, a lot of yards.
Exactly. And it wasn't because, you and I being up here in the booth, we were very frustrated, and I think fans were too, and I think Coach Blair was as well. You could see the potential.
Yeah.
And it blossomed in that Scott County game. We saw it.
That was the first game
that
really clicked.
We have really seen them kind of explode here down the stretch. Even in the Douglas game, they had some big plays. But, of course, Douglas being what Douglas is and doing what Douglas does, they still were able to beat Central that night. But for the Indians here this evening, it's Bryan Station, a team that has been kind of an up and down. You look at the history between these two teams. Of course, last year, Central loses the regular season game here at home. They lose their regular season game on the road at Bryan Station, then go back on the road like 2 or 3 weeks later, and they beat Bryan Station. And maybe one of the most exciting games I've been a part of. But tonight, we expect Central to come out and take care of business. They have got to do just that, though. They've got to come out and show what they can do. As we look at our Keenan Wiley real estate keys to the game, if you're looking for your new home in Richmond or in Central Kentucky, Keenan Wiley Real Estate may have the answer. Right now, they have some beautiful listings at Crutcher Pike Estates, just off Barnes Mill Road. You can like Keenan Wiley Realtor on Facebook for more information. And, Coach, as we look at the keys tonight, I think for Central, it is, again, establishing your dominance. The line of scrimmage is really where they've been good all year long, both on the offensive line and the defensive line. And last week, the addition of William Thurman, who came back from the injury, another athlete that can get after the quarterback. We saw what kind of impact he could make last week. But that is where they have really made their living this year, is owning the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. And I think that is a big key once again tonight, especially early on. If they can establish that run game and on defense slow down the run game of Bryan Station, this could be a game where we see a 3 or 4 touchdown lead at some point.
Yeah, and Station right now, they're not great running the ball. Just coming in, Central is sitting at the number 10 rush defense in the state. Station is the 23rd rush offense. It's not a strength of theirs. Now, that being said, they've got some cats up front that are big, and they've got the number 22 rated prospect in the state playing offensive tackle right now. He's got several D1 offers from MAC schools. So they do need to win in the trenches. I think another big key is you can't turn the ball over. Station's got athletes all over the field. Yeah. What you can't do against a team like that is you can't give them opportunities to make big plays. Yeah. So I think controlling the line of scrimmage and then also just not turning the ball over is vital in tonight's game.
Yeah, and we talked about we want to see Central throw the ball more. But, I mean, they're so good at running. You talked about the numbers, where they're at in Class 6A as far as running the football across the state. They're one of the best teams to do it. But we've also seen Carson have a lot of success when he does throw the football. But, again, you talked about it. You don't want to have a turnover or two against this team because they've got some ball-hawking defenders that if they get a hold of it, they could go the distance with an interception, and that could be vital in tonight's game as well.
It is, and here's my thing with the pass game. There's no doubt that this Central team will make noise in the playoffs. They are good enough to make a deep run. But I think they have a team that reminds me a little bit of our team in 17 with the leadership they have, the team we took to the finals. Yeah. We had leadership, and there were a couple games in there. We had to make some choices. Like, we last game of the season that year, we played Wayne County, and I had to make some choices like, are we good enough where we are? Because I knew we'd make a run. But if we want to get to the final game, if we want to have a shot to win it all, there were some things I thought we needed to risk getting better at. And that's where Central is right now. There's no doubt this team can go play for the region, probably win the region. But if they want to get to the final game right now, I don't think they can do it in 6A on the run game alone. Yeah. They're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. And to me, this is when you have to start doing that right now. If that's the objective is to get to the final game. And I think there's potential there. Yeah, I really do. They're one of the top 5 teams in the class right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they've let 2 games get away from them this year, maybe even 3. Late in that game against Douglas, they had opportunities and let them slip away as well. But that North Laurel game, the Johnson Central game, those 2 combined losses by 3 total points really let those kind of slip away from them because of how they have played in the first half of both of those games.
Yep.
We're live here in Richmond at Tomahawk Valley, Madison Central, and Bryan Station. When we come back on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show, we'll give you the Star Watch against Chenault Vineyards tomorrow night. Easton Corbin taking the grand stage at Chenault Vineyards. You can get your tickets now at thevineky.com. or get them at the door tomorrow. But you don't want to miss an exciting night of country music tomorrow night at Chenault Vineyards with Easton Corbin. Back in a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carissa designs, or we can custom design your dream ring. Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond. Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess you gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
Back to Richmond. Here is, we welcome you live to Tomahawk Valley, our Chenault Vineyards pregame show on WBON TV. And John Clark joining me here on the broadcast. It is a pink out tonight for senior night, and all these seniors going to go to midfield for the coin toss this evening. But it's a pink out. Everybody encouraged to wear pink. It's obviously Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Coach, I know this is something that you all did a lot whenever you were coach as well. You take part in this month and kind of show your support for breast cancer awareness.
I mean, there's no doubt when you've got 100 kids on a roster, just like we did, that somebody's been affected by it in their immediate family, either currently a grandparent, mom, you know, somebody. So it's awesome to see it be honored, and the kids always enjoy it too. They like the ability to show support
Spice it up a
for
little
those
bit.
around them. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we got the seniors that are out there. Of course, it is senior night, so all those guys being honored before the game, and they'll go out there all together for the coin toss this evening. And it just started to smell weird up here in the press box. I don't know if that was the arrival of Samantha Burford or what that was, but
I can hear you.
It might be me covered in raccoon too. I don't know yet.
That was a great story, by the way. That was a great story. We do want to look at our State Farm Star Watch with Jerry Goebel State Farm. Of course, the arrival of fall brings an opportunity to strengthen your safety net and prepare for the unexpected. The wide range of services at Jerry Goebel State Farm includes car insurance, homeowners insurance, renter's insurance, life, business, and financial services. They have a special focus on assisting individuals who are relocating to Madison County. You can visit jerrygoebelinsurance.com to learn more. And our Star Watch tonight, really, I think it's a lot of these seniors, Coach Clark, but one in particular that I wanted to focus on, Camden Burke, and what he's been able to do this year. Him and Landon Muncie up front, those two guys have really kind of led the way for those rushing numbers that you spoke of early on.
They really have, and I think Lathan Lathan, I think, is Lathan the other one that's been playing up? Yeah, Coherry's been playing up front a little bit too. Then I think they really have, man. They just absolutely have just anything that this team has needed has run through them offensively, and it's been really impressive to watch them dominate in the trenches this season.
Yeah, so that's your Jerry Goebel State Farm Star Watch. Thanks to all of our great sponsors who have helped us bring you the coverage all year long. It is still crazy to me that we're one game away from the regular season coming to a close.
Yeah, it's wild.
I mean, the season's flown by.
Yeah, it really has.
To look at what, some of the, we've seen the Southern, they've had a couple of good performances. They're on the road tonight at West Jessamine trying to close out their regular season. They need a win to have a potential home playoff game and secure the 2 seed in their district. But it's a lot of fun this time of year because you really start to see people separate themselves, obviously, as you go into the postseason. But tonight, listen, this is a big game because of what's on the line. These guys don't want this to be their final home game of the season. They've got to win to make sure that doesn't happen.
That is the case, but at the same time, like, in high school football, you can really look at comparative matchups to see what can potentially happen. I mean, anything can happen on any given Friday night, yes. But on paper tonight, this should be a pretty clear-cut win for Central, as long as we don't do anything crazy to put ourselves in 3rd and long and to turn the ball over. So that's why I like this game, for a game to kind of try your hand at a few different wrinkles offensively, maybe continue to get some of those young guys reps so your older guys are healthy if you're in the position to be able to do that. And I think tonight could go that way, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Station, they started off 0-3. They won their next 4 and then lost last week to Douglas. They did beat GRC, but only by 3 points. They lost by 13 points to Douglas, I believe. So they are a team that could scare you because of the athletes that they have.
No doubt.
But Central, I think, on paper, is definitely the better football team. As you said, though, you have to go out there and showcase that and show that the Indians are out there to do what they do. We thank you for joining us here on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. Again, don't forget, tomorrow night, Easton Corbin takes the stage as the Indians prepare for the stage themselves tonight. It's Madison Central and Bryan Station. Kickoff is 1 minute and 20 seconds away, guys. Let's take a 1-minute commercial break. We'll come back for the kickoff on WBON TV.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Welcome back into Madison Central High School. We welcome you into WBON TV's live coverage of the final home game of the regular season for Madison Central. Bryan Station. The defenders of Bryan Station will be the receivers of the opening kickoff tonight. And Peyton Gilbo, who has been so good on these kickoffs throughout the season, will open things up. Bryan Station sending back, looks like it's number 10, which is Braden Payne. And number 4, Kamani Barber, out there on the return coverage, on the return team for the defenders. So Gilbo will kick it off, and we are ready to get you underway. High school football action, the Friday night lights on a beautiful fall night here in Richmond.
Kick.
And yeah, Coach, as it has been all year long.
Gosh, what a kick, man! Right between the hash and the numbers over there, between the numbers and the sideline in the back of the end zone. That's fantastic.
That's a weapon too that you really need in the postseason.
He could be a huge asset in the playoffs. Huge asset. Weather gets bad, making people go 80 yards. It's a big difference.
All right, back to the action here is the Indians defense. We'll see action for the first time tonight, obviously following that kickoff. And Last week we saw again the return of William Thurman. We saw Canterbury come back a couple of weeks ago. So they're kind of at full strength right now, Coach, and that's a big factor as well going into the postseason here in a couple of weeks.
Defensively, we're coming in as the number 2 ranked scoring defense with points allowed in the state, which does not shock either one of us, I don't think. A little reverse pass throwback, first play here. They did this against Douglas early on in the game.
Tricky with it. It's almost picked off.
Wow.
It was Kinley from the safety spot, almost intercepted that pass. Check out the trickery, Coach. You talked about it. They did this against Douglas last week and scored here against Madison Central. They get tricky with it, and it's almost intercepted. Kinley got about 4 fingertips on it and unable to haul it in. Of course, his big brother doing big things over at EKU. Saw 25 reps at the safety position last weekend for the Colonels on defense. And as Gavin Kinley out there almost with the interception on play number 1.
Yeah, it's good to see us staying home on stuff. That's one thing, GRC last week I thought was very bland offensively in a game they were outmatched. It'll be good to see where there's athletes on both sides here. The difference will be station. They'll take shots. They'll do trick things if they feel they're outmatched, which obviously is the case tonight. They're going to try to keep us on our heels as much as possible, not as bland.
Avery Johnson on the carry. He'll gain 12 yards or make it 17 yards up
That's
to
a nice little run.
Up to the 32, 37-yard line.
That was a weak side outside zone to the boundary. Typically, that's not a play that you run off into the weak side, short side of the field.
Colson Carpenter at quarterback. He'll go to number 24 on the handoff. That's
nice
Montgomery.
play.
Yeah, swallowed up by Daly on the tackle.
Daly coming in right now, the number 4 leading tackler and number 7 in sacks in 6A, and you see why right there. I mean, he's just been everywhere. He's averaged almost 12 tackles a game right now.
Daly, McElwee, and Reeder, they just fly to the football, and there Daly's showing you what he does. When it looked like Montgomery had a crease, Daly closed it up rather quickly. So second and long, a long 9, short 10 now for the defenders of Bryan Station, as Carpenter will have 2 receivers to his left, 1 receiver, number 4, split out. That's Barber to the right side, and 2 backs on each side in the shotgun formation for Carpenter. The 2 backs near side stacked up here at the bottom of your screen. They'll throw it out here into the flat. The pass is caught, and Kinley comes in to make the tackle, but that one maybe a touchdown-saving stop there by Kinley because he was the only guy left to bring down the receiver.
Really nice play there, and that's an RPO. That's where he's sticking the ball in the belly of the back, and he's looking at a defender. If the defender triggers for the run, he's pulling that and throwing that quick slant. We're going to have to kind of hold at the outside linebacker position there a little bit, which is tough. William Blair defense doesn't do a lot of holding when they see run keys, so they're trying to take advantage of that.
First down now for Bryan Station. Now 2 receivers stacked up to the right. Indians showing blitz. As the run up the middle by Johnson. He'll gain 11 yards. They're going to back him up. The far side official has him backed short of the line to gain. The near side official has him at a first down. That's the line that they'll go with. So to the 42 of the Indians, and a great start for Bryan Station here tonight.
They've got some Hosscats up front now. They're getting a little bit of push on the D line right there. They are not small up front, are they?
So first and 10.
I've seen a couple different looks out of Central. I've seen our base 34 defense. I've seen them jump into a 4-man front and a bit of a 4-3 look. So it'll be interesting to see what they continue to do.
Carpenter, same formation. 2 receivers stacked up to the right.
We're in a 4-3 right now.
Pass out into the flat. It's caught by the tight end who came out of his stance on the near side. It's Michael Sands. A nice catch. He'll gain 8 on first and 10. I mean, Bryan Station moving the football right now against this Indians defense.
Another RPO. He was reading Johnson out there at outside linebacker. Johnson made a read to the line on the run. He pulls it out, throws the quick out to the tight end. Johnson tried to hold and get a hand on that by jumping up there, but they're just going to have to be a little more patient on the backside tonight.
Johnson Parker in at the nose tackle defensive position. We've seen him kind of wreak havoc this year. Him and Mathis splitting time at that nose tackle spot.
Yeah, they just bumped to their 30 front. They're switching in and out of some new stuff defensively.
Yeah, showing blitz again. Pass out into the flat. Again, it's caught by Barber. Barber makes a man miss, has a first down, tripped up and brought down. It's Daly again on the stop.
Great tackle. Saved a touchdown.
Down to the 24-yard line. May back it up to the 25, but it will move the sticks for Bryan Station, who, again, is looking really good as William Blair has to watch from his golf cart here on the sidelines.
Yeah, third down's been kind of an Achilles heel for the defense. The defense has been very good this year, but third down has probably been an area I would say is a weakness, and you see some conversion going on here already.
Carpenter, high snap, gets it down, handoff Johnson. Wrapped up from behind by Reeder. He'll gain a yard. That's it, 2nd down and 9. Again, the high snap kind of delayed the handoff to Johnson. Credit to Carpenter for going up and getting that one. They'll actually mark this as a gain of 2. So 2nd down and 8 as we dip under 8.5 to play in this first quarter.
You know what's pretty wild is we're 9 games into the season, and, you know, I'd say other than Great Crossings, they're the first team we've really played in this type of style of offense that's doing some more RPO, run pass option stuff like they're doing.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8. Carpenter scours the defense. He'll hand it off. Oh, Indians had 2 guys right there. Still a great effort by the tailback to make both Canterbury and Johnson miss. He got 2 more yards to bring up a 3rd and 6. That should have went for a loss, Coach.
Yeah, Canterbury, when your corner's 5 yards deep in the backfield about to take the handoff, that was a nice move by the running back. It's a good job, though, everybody bottling them up. I mean, they've got guys that can break plays, so we just got to stay disciplined in our lanes defensively and make sure all gaps are filled tonight.
3rd down and 6 as Coach Blair has now exited the golf cart. He is now up yelling at the defense, trying to get a stop here in this opening drive by Bryan Station. Probably 4-down territory for them. They're going to go with a direct snap to Barber in the backfield.
Little power read.
You know, fake it to him. Barber ends up keeping the football, and he'll gain 4 to bring up a 4th and 2. It looked like it was short. Bryan Station crowd yelling for a 1st down. They're going to mark him so an extra yard. So he's just 1 yard shy of the 1st down spot.
Looks like they're going to hurry up here potentially as well.
Yeah, and Barber will come back in for the direct snap. So it's 4th down and a yard to go for Bryan Station. They've had the ball in this opening drive for nearly 6 minutes. Barber will take the direct snap. Indians get back there to him. He breaks a tackle and has enough to move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line, and the first red zone opportunity tonight for either team comes on the opening drive for Bryan Station, and Barber's been a key asset here on the last few plays.
Station's got good tempo going offensively right now. They found a little rhythm.
1st and 10, Barber stays in as the Wildcat formation goes back to him. He'll get 3 on a 1st down carry and bring up a 2nd down and 7 as a host of Indian defenders get in to wrap him up.
A little bit of switch of the D-line up front there. Instead of playing man up, they used a crawl technique to get a lot of penetration on that, which is nice on an inside run play. Those outside run plays, that can hurt you a little bit with pursuit. So it'll be interesting to see if they come back to that this evening. It's kind of a sign as well that, hey, we're giving up a lot of push up front. We need to get our pads down, get a little leverage.
2nd down and 8. Play clock ticking down. Now below 5 for Carpenter. He'll take the snap, looking to the right side. Got a man in the end zone. He'll throw it out, and that pass is caught by number 10. That's Payne. He will be held out of the end zone. It will move the sticks. However, we do have a flag back at the 15-yard line, and it's going to be against Bryan Station. That could be key for Central's defense at the moment.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell who made that tackle. That was a fantastic tackle on the goal line over there. Was that Canterbury on the tackle?
I think it was Canterbury,
okay, that was a really nice tackle. A forward momentum, he crosses the goal line there, and I know it's still coming back, but you like to see that out of your secondary.
So back this thing up, flag at the 15. They'll mark it off 10 yards, so it should be back to the 25. They need the 5-yard line for a 1st down.
Cold air with the smell of warm hamburgers. If that's not Friday Night Lights, man, I don't know what is right now. That just slammed us, didn't it? It was awesome.
So they actually marked it up the field at the 10. So they mark it at the 22-yard line is where the official will spot the football for Bryan Station. They need to get across the 5 to the 4-yard line for a 1st down. 2nd and long, 2nd and 18 as Carpenter looks to throw. Rolling out, he'll take off with it. Johnson, or make that Daly, is the one that gets him, and a flag comes in. A late hit by a defender coming in for the Indians. Check it out here on the replay. Daly had the quarterback brought down, and then right at the end of this play, we'll see another defender come in. That's McElwee for the extra stop. It was a little bit late, Coach. Not sure if that was malicious enough to throw the flag, but the flag does come out.
Well, they now know they're going to protect the quarterbacks tonight. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think that was a huge hit, and 90% of the time it's probably not called. But with it being a quarterback, it's going to be subject to a little more scrutiny. That was a pretty tic-tac call. There's no doubt about it, especially knowing how that kid usually hits when he hits.
That was not a hit.
That was more of a fall into him right there.
Now, is it an automatic first down? I would assume it is. At the moment, the yardstick says third down. The officials being asked by the coaching staff of Bryan Station. The scoreboard says second down. The yard marker says third. So it is third down.
Yep.
As Barber comes back in for the Wildcat, he'll take off with it. He stood up and held out short as McElwee is there again, and that's Daly again there with him to make the stop. Those two guys have been very busy on this opening drive defensively.
I think Daly already has like 6 tackles on the first drive tonight, but this has been a long drive by Station.
They've taken now over 7 minutes off the clock on this opening drive, and on 4th and 3, Barber will stay out there in the Wildcat formation.
Yeah, it's interesting that, they feel like they can get the movement up front to do this.
Central gets to him in the backfield, and they'll bring him down for a loss. And who else? It's McElwee on the stop. On senior night, the senior comes in to make a big play defensively, and the Indians will have it on the turnover on downs.
Really nice job of him. Instead of scraping over the top, he shot the gap to come through from the backside and on the near side. It was a great play by that young man. For him to be able to judge his speed over the top versus his ability to shoot the gap is very unique. He's a great player.
Yeah, Daly and McElwee, terrific tackling on that opening drive. Indians finally get the stop and get the ball to their offense with Carson Herbst up under center. Davion DeBruce in motion. It's Corinthian Barnes on the first down carry up to the 15-yard line for a gain of 3. Barnes, Coach, you talked about the numbers for him. He really has carried the load offensively. And we've seen him have some monster performances. Had a big game last week. Him and Herbst both handling the rock for the Indians. We saw some guys sprinkle in. We've seen Compton make some big plays to Bruce, but those two guys stir the drink, and here he is again. And how about the offensive line? Burke and a couple other of offensive linemen, they were downfield trying to find somebody else to block. Barnes finally runs past them. Plenty enough yardage to move the sticks.
And that's that inside trap they've had a lot of success on this season. Just a great job on inside trap. You really should be blocking the nose and the down tackle, and everybody else should be climbing to the next level. They're really getting good at running that play timing-wise.
Carson checks over to the sideline. It'll be a first down and 10. We are now dipping under 3:50 in the first quarter clock as Herbst now with a little chat with Barnes behind him.
Just keep seeing Barnes get better and better as the season goes on, haven't we?
We're under the near side. Barnes not as much room there. Gain of 3. And William Snell down the field with a defender pushing and shoving after the play. Gain of 3. And listen, it's a postseason-like feel. Both these two teams know a win secures them a home playoff game here in a couple of weeks. So it's important to win tonight on top of regularly wanting to win the football game. Hand up, Barnes, big hole, Corinthian, past midfield.
Great
and
job,
Barnes
big
will
fella.
take it all the way across the 40. We believe a face mask at the end of the play. 2 big runs for Barnes here on the opening drive.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget him and Herbst are juniors. This young man.
The control they have of this offense is so impressive. And you called it, Coach. It is a face mask against Bryan Station. Tack on more yardage after that long run by Corinthian Barnes.
I'll tell you what, not only does he hit the hold hard, but he breaks open. He's running in full stride. But when he goes to split 2 defenders 20 yards downfield, see how he covered the football? Yeah. He covers the ball really well in contact, which is just signs of a great back, man. This kid's got a really bright future.
We need some sound effects for Coach Blair and the golf cart.
What would it be?
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. All right, it's 1st and 10 Central. I apologize for the singing, but I'm not going to say it's the last time we'll hear it tonight.
I think it was great.
Carson again up under center. They give it to Barnes. Corinthian again, not as much room, but he is just keeping them legs churning. More yardage after first contact, and that's one underrated factor for Barnes You know, he's got some sneaky speed. He's got some sneaky strength. He's not the biggest running back, but he is put together quite well for that fullback position.
And he reads his blocks really well. He's constantly sliding off the hips of linemen as they're coming to make down blocks, crack or kick out blocks and things. He just hides behind his guys really, really well, and he knows when to explode and when to be patient.
2nd down and 5. DeBruce in motion.
There he goes.
To Barnes, big hole, untouched, touchdown. Another Whitaker Bank touchdown on the season for Corinthian Barnes, adding to those already terrific numbers here for the junior. We check it out on the replay. What a hole once again by that offensive line. Right through it as Corinthian goes for the touchdown, 25 yards out, and what a score by Barnes.
Triple option, great read by the quarterback. This is the one issue you run into defensively when you start taking safeties out of the middle of the field. They're bringing so many guys down to the line of scrimmage, so many guys on the block. The minute he's through the first line, he's untouched for 20, 30 yards. I mean, there's nobody there.
They'll swing the gate to the right side and attempt the extra point. Indians 6-0 lead. Didn't take them long to answer the long drive from Bryan Station. They take it all the way down the field for 6 on the back of Corinthian Barnes. Herbst will hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0 Central. 1:58 to play in the first quarter on senior night. We're right back on WBON TV.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Gilbo will kick it off as Central.
Really impressive first drive. Flipping the field like that, you know, being on defense for 7 minutes, giving up 90 yards, and then turning around and flipping it back the other way so quickly. It was a great turnaround.
So now the Indians defense comes back out. Bryan Station, coach, they looked good on that opening drive.
And these guys haven't had a ton of rest. They had a couple minutes.
Yeah, they're back out there, so we'll see what they can do here, see if they can get a stop.
Nice thing is there's not many guys playing both ways. There's some guys doing it spottingly right now, but for the most part, they're 2 platooning, which makes a big difference as you get late in the season and into the playoffs.
The defenders' offense comes back out. First down and 10 for Carpenter with 2 receivers again to the left side. He looks good throwing the football. Of course, they went to Barber kind of late in that drive, showing you what kind of athletic ability that he has. They'll throw on first down here. Over the middle, picked off. It's McElwee. Moose trying to go the distance with it, and he will. A touchdown. McElwee,
what a
for the
turn of
second
events.
time in 3 weeks, will pick it off and take it into the end zone for a Whitaker Bank touchdown.
He's tired of watching Herbst and those guys get all those touchdowns. He's going to go get his own, isn't he?
Man, on senior night again, he looked good, making stops on that first drive. Here, he hops up. He had just said Carpenter looked good throwing the football. He threw that one right to McElwee.
Well, and it was supposed to be – the problem with that on their side was it looked like it was another RPO, but the back went the wrong way, so he didn't have a give option, so he threw it into traffic. He's better off to keep that ball himself.
So the pick 6 will make it 13-0 Madison Central. McElwee made the big stop on 4th down on the first drive. And here's showcasing his athletic ability, going up high for the interception, taking it to the end zone, making a guy miss on the tackle opportunity. And it's Gilbo for the PAT. Just thought we said that. Here we are again.
Yeah, starting to see what happened last week. The game last week was like the last 2 minutes were.
Oh, they keep it with Carson. He'll take off. Carson trying to get in the end zone.
He does.
2-point conversion. Not sure if that was a drawn-up play. It looked pretty good. We'll check it out on the replay, guys. Show us that again if we can see it on the run in by Herbst. He'll get the 2-point conversion, make it 15-0 Central on top. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
Following the pick six by Derek McElwee, it is Central kicking it off again. 1:49 to play, and we will see Peyton Gilboa try to go 3 for 3 on kickoffs into the end zone, Coach.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what Coach Blair has to say about that 2-point play.
Yeah.
When you guys talked this week, it looked like it was a pop pass potentially to the tight end, but he didn't get out clean, and then Herbst just kind of created. But
shows you the athletic ability of Herbst as well. I mean, he has got some wheels on himself back there in the backfield.
He's being chased by a big guy, too.
Yeah.
That speeds these little guys up a little bit.
So it's a kickoff from Gilboa from the 40. And into the end zone again. Man, looked good. Peyton Gilboa showing off the leg. So decided this year not to play soccer. He was more of a goalie, I believe, with the soccer team. Really good soccer player as well. Wanted to focus on football this year. And he's made a pretty good decision there. He's got a future, I believe, in kicking the football.
He is outstanding. I love a good deep ball kicker. And he's consistent, man. He's not up and down. He's been very consistent all year, which is hard to do. It's a very mental position. Very mental position.
So the defenders come back out 1st and 10 from their own 20. One play on their last drive went into the end zone on a pick six by Derek McElwee. We'll talk to his dad at halftime about Madison HVAC. They'll be joining us at the halftime break as the handoff goes to Johnson. He'll gain 5 yards up to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Daly again. We said his name quite a bit tonight. They'll spot this football just across the 25, so gain of 5.5 yards for Johnson. 2nd down and a long 4 for Bryan Station.
Well, it's obvious Station's game plan in the run game is outside zone. The problem is they're not getting up to the backside linebackers, and these backside linebackers will punish you between Daly and Moose in the box when they're standing that 4 down. If you don't get to those two, you're not going to run the ball very well.
They've shifted Kinley over as a defender, and now Higher will come on to the near side as well. Thurman out there trying to make the stop. Higher came in and delivered a nice blow along with Hairston. A flag came in. Be interesting to see what the flag is here.
It's going to be a face mask on Thurman.
Yeah, Thurman, again, came back last week. We'll check it out here on the replay again. You can see right there, number 13.
Gosh, they don't even block
right there,
him.
right in front of the official. So an easy call.
I think he was surprised that he was unblocked. It's like, is this a screen? I mean, they don't even touch him.
Yeah, Thurman came in last week, had a sack late in the game for Central against DRC. Also had a deflected pass in that win over the Cardinals last week. A guy that was a big impact player, I think 2nd or 3rd on the team in sacks last year. Missed every game until last week and made an immediate impact in that win over GRC.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare that during season you're getting good players back.
Yeah.
Most are losing as the year goes on, and that's just a sign like a lot of things have to go right to really be clicking in the playoffs. And Central's kind of been on that track where things are going right late in the season.
So at the 35, it's Carpenter and the defenders' offense trying to stem the tide at the moment. Handoff And it's Johnson again, this time going to the right side.
That was higher with the tackle, I believe. He did a nice job of kind of feathering to play the screen, but also stepping back inside for the tackle. It was a nice play by a young man.
So 2nd down and 7 for Bryan Station as the first quarter clock ticks down. 24 seconds remaining. See if Bryan Station wants to get another playoff. They don't have to. They've got 19 seconds on the play clock, so there's about a 3-second difference. And it looks like they're content to let this first quarter clock wind down. A 14, make it a 15-0 lead for the Indians. On senior night, they'll take that lead into the second quarter. We'll be right back in 1 minute, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're live on WBON TV and WEKY. The constant changing of the weather in Kentucky can hit hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471. Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well. Second down and 7 for Bryan Station as we come back to broadcast here on WBON TV. Got the first quarter stats, and Coach, there's 3 names that pop out: Barnes, McElwee, and Daly for Madison Central.
Barnes was the whole offense, and McElwee and Daly just ran the field, didn't they, man?
And off to Johnson.
And look who makes the tackle.
It's the 2 guys we just talked about. Daly,
I mean, they hit them at the same time. Here's the deal. They do such a good job with their D-line of keeping the linebackers uncovered. So they're stunned and moving these D linemen to where they're having to take on double teams. And those double teams, let those guys run free. Everything is about keeping the linebackers free in this defensive scheme, and they're doing a great job of it up front. Not a lot of kids love playing in a system like that. They like, a lot of kids like the glory, right? Tell the D lineman, don't go chase the quarterback. Keep your linebackers free. So they're very bought into what the team's doing, and they're bought into their senior leadership up front.
3rd down and 8. Carpenter will send 2 receivers to the near side. That's the right side. Tight end, Cyens to the right as well. And a delay of game penalty against Bryan Station will make this a 3rd down and 13 now behind the sticks on a 3rd and long. And this is usually, Coach, when you can expect a blitz. But, I mean, the way that your front 3 or 4 guys are getting to the quarterback, you don't even have to do that because Thurman and Johnson, they're getting to the quarterback quite frequently.
And this is where we've been frustrated a little bit at times this year up here defensively, just giving up these 3rd and long scenarios. So just got to play within the system here and just not try to do anything crazy. Contain the quarterback. Don't let anybody behind you.
Going to roll out right, being pressured. They'll throw it out to Cyens, the tight end. Man, he was hit, kept on his feet, finally going to be ran out of bounds. I believe it was Higher that hit him first, slowed him down enough for other guys to come in. We'll check it out here on the replay.
What a hit, but a great example of why you have to wrap. That's a big boy. You're hitting up around the shoulder pads. He's not coming down that way.
Yeah, it was actually Kinley on him first. And a great job by the other guys, Reeder, Compton, Thurman coming in late to get that stop. Bryan Station will punt. And this is number 8. That is the tight end, Cyens, who will also go back to punt it away.
I mean, he looks like it's 6'4", 210, 220 from here. He's a big boy. You can't hit him up in the shoulder pads.
Yeah, him and Lawson both good size for the tight end spot for these 2 respective teams. And it'll be Compton and Hairston back to return. 2 guys who are very, very dangerous with the football.
And I don't see a massive presence down the field. We have a shot at return here, guys.
Compton will let it bounce. He thought about it for a moment. We'll let it bounce. It'll go down at the 27-yard line, and that's where Corinthian Barnes in the offense will come back out. Barnes on that opening drive was the only offense. They went to him 6 times, 84 yards, capped it off with a 25-yard touchdown run. Had a long run of 23 on that drive. There is a flag sitting out there at the 36-yard line. We'll see who this is on. Dead ball penalty, personal foul against Central. No, unsportsmanlike
Yeah,
against
they're
both teams.
starting to jaw, which you're going to get in this game. You know, one thing I noticed there on the punt return was the other return man kind of pulled some guys out. I think if he steps up and lead blocks there, they've got a shot at a really nice return there because Station's not covering everybody downfield.
Yeah, it was set up for Compton. He actually had two guys kind of already run past him with the return coverage there by Bryan Station. Now the officials writing down who the unsportsmanlike conduct was on. So those two guys have got to be careful as we go throughout the rest of this ball game. 10:04 to play in the first half. 15-0 lead for Madison Central. John Clark along with Michael Watkins. Glad to have you along. And Coach Clark, really good first half for Central, especially when you look at they didn't get the football until 5 minutes in, scored twice.
When you have the ball for 2 minutes and 47 seconds and a half, or I'm sorry, in a quarter, and then you're up 15-0, that's not a bad way to roll, is it? You'd think they were like throwing the ball all over the field doing that, wouldn't you? You wouldn't think it was a triple option run team.
The officials now converging together to have another discussion. Herbst over there with them as well.
I mean, I didn't see anything like crazy, did you?
I didn't either. That's what we've got Samantha.
Yeah, they need to not break the momentum of this game. We got 2 more minutes to score 15 more points coming up here, right?
Yeah. See what the line is set at over under 2 and the next 2.5 what we get.
Well, they definitely started this game at the same pace they finished last week with, which is great to see.
Hairston wide right. Let's see if they go to the air here. Try to catch Bryan Station off guard. They give it to Barnes, who had 84 yards on that first drive, gets 3 to the 31, make it a 4-yard gain on the first down carry.
Ran the triple into that unbalanced tight end set, so you've got three linemen over here instead of a tight end. That was the nub side, so that corner stepped up and made the play. He's pretty deep in the box right there. They're going to have to count for him.
Looking to see what the temperature was now. It was 53 degrees at kickoff. We've dropped another 4 degrees now. 49 degrees here in Richmond. Another handoff. This time it's Barnes again. And this time not as much running room. Might have gotten just a yard to the 32. He did. So 3rd down and 5 for the Indian offense.
Still a very manageable down here. Everything's been downhill. We haven't seen a pull pitch. We haven't seen anything counter yet. So anxious to see what we get here on third and medium.
Herbst giving out the signal to the offense. They really haven't kind of seen a scenario like this yet in this game. Barnes has just carried the load. It's 3rd down and 5. Carson sends Compton in motion.
Triple.
Yeah, they'll keep it with Herbst. Pitch out Compton. Quincy spun around. He's held short.
Thought the pitch would look like he pitched off the dive key potentially. The pitch might have been a little premature there. Have to look at the replay here.
Carson yelling to Coach Blair that they want to go for this, and I believe they're going to. The offense staying out onto the field with a 4th down. It is a full yard. They need a full yard here on 4th down.
That was a good read by him. He did pitch off the right guy there. Just a great job by the corner getting off his block. That was the right read by him pitching off the pitch key.
And Compton tried to break the tackle, and there's some confusion. We've got a flag, sideline warning, I believe, against Central. As that side official, it's a sideline warning against the Indians. Might see them call a timeout here and regroup. Like that long delay, Coach, before the drive began.
These are momentum killers, man.
It was a momentum killer, yeah.
They really are. All these little things like that are momentum killers.
So it's 4th down. Herbst.
Take a quarterback sneak here.
See what they do, elect to go for it. It looks like that's what's going to be. He's leaning forward. Carson does keep it himself. I don't know if he got it. It's really close. That is a nice spot by that far side official. Bryan Station does not believe the Indians have it.
It looks like he got it with the spot that they gave him. It's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a good spot for Central. No signal yet. We might see a measurement here. Oh, no, it's Bryan Station football. See, it's Herbst on the replay here. You see just nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, it was short, wasn't it?
And we thought the spot was favorable for Central.
A little surprised they didn't measure that, to be honest.
Same. It was very, very close.
It looked close.
But it'll be now at the 36-yard line going the other way. 2nd turnover on downs in the game. Each team has one apiece now.
Do you like that call?
I do, because they're expecting you to get it to Barnes.
Sure.
I just think maybe you could have changed the cadence up just a bit, because it looked like when they snapped the football, Bryan Station was ready for it, obviously.
And I think they've been about 100% on that quarterback sneak this year on the goal line and things as well.
Handoff Johnson, left side, big hole. McElwee chasing Johnson down the sideline. There is a flag, so it is coming back.
Likely a hold.
2 flags come in. Now a flag behind the play as well. So a second flag comes in. Yeah, one of the Bryan Station coaches not happy with
lost his mind.
The flag that came in. It was well behind the play as well.
Yeah, it's a nice little power run there. So, again, they're not getting to the backside linebacker. McElwee was just a step slow getting to his fill. He's been there all night. Flows a little faster there. He's sitting in the hole for that play.
So the officials coming together here.
It's tough to turn the ball over inside your territory early like this.
Yeah, but you talked about it, though. You said it first. The delay in getting the football snapped, and the officials, they called the flags on. It was an unsportsmanlike conduct against each team. And then Central lines up. Before they snap the football, the officials get back together.
Yeah, it was
and that
brutal.
slowed everything down for both teams. Kind of killed the rhythm of this football game.
And that sideline warning, too, that really hurts your momentum because it's 4th and 1. Like, your big guys, they're antsy. There's a jitteriness on 4th and 1 to get going, and you're standing around waiting, and then all of a sudden you get down, and now you got to get going. It's a big change for the mentality of the big guys.
So Central, we'll see where they decline the hold, and instead will take the 15-yard penalty from the sideline.
Was it unsportsmanlike on the coach? Was it?
That's the game. They're marking it off from the 22 of the Indians.
Coach was pretty far out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if an official ran into him while he was running down the sideline. Maybe it's hard to tell. I mean, they're yelling at him all to get back over here again. It sounds like it was a sideline deal. I think the official might have run into one of the coaches. I could be wrong, but
they're going to mark it off at the 32 and then mark it off even more after that. So the 32-yard line, then the 48. So it was the 10-yard holding penalty and then the 15-yard
on top
of that. So it was 25 yards in total on the flag. You need now the 30 or the 26 of the Indians to get a first down if you're Bryan Station.
They're known to throw a halfback pass in here and there. Just got to watch the trickery.
And Barber is the one that comes to get it on the end around. The Indians read it well. It's Snell that comes in to wrap him up and roll him over on the stop. Got 1 yard on that play, 2nd down and 21.
Nice play by the big man, tracking that down from the backside. Kind of an end around with some lead blockers. They play a very lateral style of offense. Station does. They're very off tackle and wider. Which, when you have fast linebackers that can run, if you can't get to them, they're gonna make plays, which they are tonight.
Wiley Mathis, who scored his first career touchdown last week, is back in there up front with Snell and Reeder. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They'll throw it out in the flat to Barber again, and it's incomplete. Pass not caught by Barber. I think he could sense the defense bearing down on him on that sideline.
Feel it coming, couldn't he? Everybody was coming downhill. Now that's something that well-coached teams, they're watching that, and then a double pass because they see that aggressiveness right there. They kind of stutter and go outside and don't block and throw that double pass. That's the kind of stuff we were constantly looking for in the booth.
Third down and a long 19 yards for Bryan Station. Coach Player again out of his golf cart. I wonder if him and Sam could take a tour of the stadium during their halftime interview and get in the golf cart with him, Samantha. It's 3rd down. Trips left now as Carpenter rolls to that side. Thurman giving chase. He'll let it fly. Got a man. That pass is caught.
Unreal.
Canterbury lets him go. And finally into the end zone for Bryan Station. It is Barber. Canterbury, I believe, along with Compton. It was actually Compton on that side. Played off of the receiver. Thurman, 1 more second, he would have been there. I believe it was Quincy. Quincy Compton on the coverage did not wrap up. Canterbury was there as well, along with Kinley and taking it in for the touchdown. A big pass play to keep Bryan Station within striking distance in this football game.
Yeah, you'd like to see that tackle made down there. And I mean, Canterbury's not a guy that we've seen miss many tackles, and neither is Hairston, and both kind of missed their shot there. But, Again, man, 3rd and extra long has not been great for the Indians this year.
3rd and 19, and Bryan Station scores a 48-yard touchdown. Barber will go for 2. It's up in the air. Science on the completion, and Bryan Station's cut it to 7. 15-8. 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Indians give up the long touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Still plenty of time left in this football game. We'll see what Central does with an answer on offense when we come back on WBON TV.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today. Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
Gavin Kinley on the return for Central as he came up on the up man from the play.
Well, that gave gave Bryan Station that little bit of life they needed to kind of keep this from, felt like it could have gotten out of hand there for a minute, didn't it?
It did, and you know, when you look at how the defense is playing for Bryan Station, you know, I think Central's got to come out here and try to do what they did on that opening drive. Just give it to Barnes, maybe try to catch them off guard, because obviously They were keying on Barnes on that last drive. They do go back to Corinthian here on 1st down, and a good wrap-up tackle around the ankle by the defender there as he gains 4 yards across the 30 and up to the 33-yard line.
So Station's bringing a lot of heat off the edges. Corners, when they don't have a receiver to their side, they're blitzing off that edge, which can be scary, but at the same time allows for big hitters in the run game because there's nobody back at 3rd level to make a play if you break through. They just got to get a hat on a hat up front.
2nd down and long. Hand off to Barnes.
Yeah, Station's sitting in that 5-man front with 2 guys walked up. They're almost playing a 7-1 defensively right now.
So it's 3rd down and 4. Carson gives it to DeBruce. Davion makes one man miss, wrapped up. Man, a nice hit. Coming in, Haskins to make the stop. The son of the head coach makes a big play defensively. And, man, that one little pause in play, Coach, has really changed the momentum of this football game.
Well, that and Bryan Station's coaching staff has made defensive adjustments.
They have.
After that first series, the middle of the field was wide open in A-gaps running the football, and they've made adjustments. They're playing out of a 5-down front, shifting in and out of a 6-2-7-1. And there's the math ain't math, and there's too many hats to try to block. So they're going to have to make some adjustments offensively.
Haskins will be on the return. The ball will go out of bounds to the 37-yard line. So great field position for Bryan Station as they come out here. And, Coach, I'll tell you what, for Central, they've got to find a way to get that momentum back, because right now Bryan Station has got all of it.
So, listen, you had a great first series on offense. The other team has made some adjustments. Now you've got to make some adjustments off of what they did, and I haven't seen that happen offensively quite yet. It's still kind of doing what we do, some different formations to bump some guys out, to get some guys out of the box, and or look to throw a little bit, maybe some rollouts, but maybe a speed toss here or there, something else. But they're going to have to take some make a few adjustments offensively, it looks like.
See if Carpenter goes back in the air again. Looked good on that last pass to Barber, who's definitely been his go-to receiver tonight. And he's bringing pressure off the edge, and Compton And Mathis was there along with Daly, who makes the stop.
Great job by Mathis really pursuing that. And then you had Heyer, who had a nice had a hold of the ankles and allowed Daly to really clean that up, man. What a hit.
2nd down and 15. Now a loss of 5.
I need them to get about 6 yards here so we're not 3rd and 20 again.
Yeah, we feel much better if it's 3rd and 8 than 3rd and 30.
I really do, man. I really do.
So 2nd down and long.
Yeah, they're sticking to their 21 personnel 2-back sets with the nub tight end.
So hand it off Johnson left side.
Backside of Powers wide open.
Cuts it back. Really good tackle again.
Yeah.
That was, I believe, McElwee on the stop, but a good job by Johnson getting it back to a 3rd and 10. Gets back the penalty yardage. And it will be 3rd and long, however, once again for Bryan Station.
Really nice cut by that back to find that backside A gap, but a great job by Central not over pursuing because they're running sideline to sideline right now. It was a nice play.
So 3rd down and long.
Same formation. Tight ends right, 2 receivers left. I'm going to take a timeout and talk about it.
Yeah, Bryan Station wants to talk it over. A big 3rd down play to come when we come back on WBON TV.
The real estate company is locally owned and with over 20 years experience. Last year they ranked 2nd in Madison County for overall sales, and if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Central Kentucky, choose the real estate company. They specialize in new construction like this 3-bedroom, 2-bath at 813 Denali Drive, or this featured 4-bedroom home at Copley Point Drive in Richmond. Visit therealestatecoky.com to see these and more great homes available with the real estate company.
Bills don't care when payday is. But with CVNB's new checking account, you access your paycheck up to 2 days early, giving you faster access to your money when it matters most. Cover rent, buy groceries, pay your bills. Skip the stress before payday even hits. Open your account today at cvnb.com or visit your local CVNB branch. CVNB. Think better.
3rd down. Carpenter going to throw. Mathis pressuring.
Nice job by Mathis.
Picked off. It's Kinley this time who does make the pick. Pushed out of bounds on the sideline. A great athletic play by Kinley, but that was all made possible by the pressure in the backfield on the quarterback by Mathis. Check it out here again on the replay. Mathis comes off the block, and right at the last minute, Carpenter jumps up into the air. Kinley with the interception. It was Barber once again the intended target, and Kinley makes the big play.
Huge play by that young man up front. He's past the quarterback. He fights to get back in his rush lane. He gets a piece of the quarterback from behind. Mathis just made a huge play for Madison Central.
So 1st and 10, the offense back to it so they can get that rhythm going that they had in that first quarter. It's a handoff to Compton, 2nd man through, spun around, tackled, nice defensive play. It was Montgomery on the stop across the 20 or the 35 down to the 34-yard line. 3:25 left to play in this first half.
Old school double dive right there. Again, that's the safety coming down here. Look at the way the defense is aligned. There's nobody. Everybody's within 5 yards of the ball. It's the same thing Douglas did to us.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the same thing. So pitches were good against Douglas. Those triple pitches. So just continue to hit that perimeter because everybody's within 5 yards of the football.
Compton in motion. Back to Barnes. And Corinthia, man, nowhere to go. Got a yard, and that's it, Coach.
You see Herbst out there by himself carrying out his fake. Nobody within 10 yards of him right there.
So 3rd down and 2:40 to play in this first half. Central will receive the second half kickoff. So a score here becomes even bigger when you think about the receiving end of the third quarter.
I think that's Jeremiah Moore in there at nose for Station. He's a load, man. He's got to be pushing 315 in there at nose. He's a big boy. Him and Isaiah Mason, the two interior D linemen, are not small guys at all.
Central wants to talk it over. Let's take a 30-second commercial break, Gage. 30-second break. We'll be right back.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At Amco Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at Amco, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And Amco has a longer warranty. Come see us at Amco Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
So 3rd down and 6, 2:19 to play in this first half. A 7-point lead for Madison Central, looking to add to it here. We're probably close to Peyton Gilbo field goal range, but if we get to 4th and a couple, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, probably see Central go for it. We'll see what they do here on 3rd down. It's DeBruce in motion, handoff Barnes, and there it is, Coach. That dive play again. Got almost everything they needed for a first down, really close. You look at the judge, the line judge on that far sideline. No signal yet. It'll be 4th down.
Another big
now
play.
Now we'll have a measurement.
Okay.
Yeah, the white hat coming in. It looks as if we're going to have a measurement. So the chain gang will get some steps in tonight as they come across the field. Samantha Burford has made her way down to the sideline, so she'll try to.
All right. 4th and short. You got to be thinking. So as a coach right now, you have to assume you have to have 2 plays ready. We didn't get the first down, and we did get the first down. What's your play call right now if you didn't get the first down?
If we didn't get the first down, I'm going back to Barnes.
You're going to Barnes.
On the dive plays worked so many times this season. I understand you want to give Carson the quarterback sneak, but I think it's a first down.
Am I allowed to make stuff up?
Oh, no.
Am I allowed to make stuff up, or do I have to use stuff that's in our playbook?
Go for it.
Because I'm really liking the fake dive with a little flip out the backside. Because everybody's going to be looking for that dive. I like that fake dive with that quick flip out the backside to the weak side.
We haven't really seen this much this year, but why not? Could we just fake it to Barnes and Carson just keep it down the line and then try to get the first down?
But I'll tell you another thing is look at how low these guys are playing.
Yeah,
is that tight end pop though with a little flash fake on the dive and just a little tight end dump to your 6'4" tight. Look at all the green behind the linebackers right there. Not at all. He would be wide open. Lawson would be wide open.
And those burgers are starting to smell real good.
Smells really good, man. Can we place an order?
They'll give it to Barnes. Corinthian breaks one off the edge.
Oh, good tackle.
Carson trying to lead the way for him, ran up the field to try to lead block for Barnes, but it will be a first down. Might be a 1st and goal. Let's see where they mark it. Outside of the 10. It will be at the 12-yard line. So
really liked it. Unbalanced set, ran to the weak side, kept it outside of the tackle, which is everybody's inside of the A and B gaps. So I like that call there.
Great adjustment by Central. They saw the defense.
Same set again from Central's offense. This is an unbalanced look. Same thing again.
Now let's see if they go to the A here. Carson is going to give a little last-minute info to Barnes. They send DeBruce in motion to the left side, and there's a flag that comes in. I believe this will be a offsides against Bryan Station.
That was a set there where I think it might have been that toss to Barnes that we saw against Douglas when they motioned over, and then they tossed it to him out of the fullback position. Looked like we were getting overloaded for that potentially.
So a free 5 yards makes it 1st and 5. Again, 1:25, clock ticking down here in this first half. Indians will receive the 3rd quarter kickoff.
Be interesting to see if they work off tackle since they just had a little success with it, and if they stick to that outside of B gaps.
Carson sends DeBruce in motion. They'll keep it with Carson. He'll pitch it out
there
to DeBruce. Davion.
Great play by the corner.
Hit at the 5-yard line.
Great play by the corner.
Got a yard, but, man, that was a great read by the Bryan Station defense.
Kamani Barber looked like at corner out there. Just Harrison, that's a long block for a corner. So you have to engage late because it takes a while to get out. You can't hold a block out there for 5 seconds. It's not realistic. I think there was a little more press from the corner there. He engaged a little too early and couldn't hold the block without holding.
So 2nd down and goal. Or 2nd down and 4. Handoff Barnes. Keeps it with Herbst. And that one, a good fake. It got me on the fake to Corinthian Barnes. It will be a 1st and goal now as Carson 30 seconds on the clock, so they got to get this play set in. You do have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, they got plenty of time here. This is plenty of time. You can run out the half, get a touchdown here.
They did use one, so 2 timeouts in their back pocket should they need it. It's 1st and goal. Carson, again, taking his time. We'll go up under center. And we've got a
false
whistle.
Start?
Yeah, Bryan Station called a timeout.
Okay.
Yeah, the defenders want to set their defenders up. 14 seconds left. Want to make sure we don't miss a minute of the action. So a 30-second commercial break. We'll be right back.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels!
So 1st and goal, Indians inside the 2-yard line. And I believe this has got to be another handoff to Barnes at this spot, Coach.
Big fan of a pop pass right here, man.
It would work.
And especially with 14 seconds because it can stop the clock. Now, you've got timeout, but it could stop the clock as well. I like my big tight end in the back of the end zone right now because look at everybody's on the line of scrimmage. There's nobody in the back of the end zone.
Barnes
but
walks
that works
in.
too, doesn't
it? Touchdown, Corinthian Barnes. 2nd time tonight that Barnes has walked into the end zone. Make it now 21-8 as the Indians bring on the extra point.
It was a gritty drive. It was a good drive. That was a good drive.
Carrying, again, the football and the load with Corinthian Barnes. He'll take it in the end zone, and now the Indian offense trying to cap off another great drive with the extra point.
They had to earn it down here. You know, it wasn't easy. They had to convert a 4th down, and it was a great play. I'll tell you what, on the triple pitch down here where the corner made the play for Bryan Station, it was a pretty good hit right after catching a pitch. It was a nice job hanging on to the ball there by Central.
Yeah, DeBruce was the recipient of that pitch.
Yeah, it was DeBruce, wasn't it?
Kicks the PAT through the uprights. 22-8 here on senior night. Another touchdown for the junior. Number 15 on the season for Corinthian Barnes. We'll be right back. Kicking it off on the other side will be the Indians on WBON TV.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
Cars break down. Tires go flat. Check engine lights show up at the worst possible time. Don't break the bank fixing your car when ABR Auto Recyclers has you covered. They have good used tires, a huge selection of parts, and they can get a large selection of aftermarket parts shipped overnight. They're just a quick drive down 4 Mile, and you can't miss them on Box Ankle Road. You can save 50 to 75% off retail prices. Go see Scott and the gang or check them out online at abrautorecyclers.net.
He jumped and put his feet back down.
And back to the action here on the kickoff. First time tonight that the return man able to return one from Peyton Gilboa. And as you said, he kind of caught himself after it. His heel was touching the end zone.
He jumped to catch it so he could try to land
in the
outside of the end zone and return that ball. That's pretty impressive by that young man.
Got a chance to return it, and we'll set up the defenders of Bryan Station at the 21-yard line. They'll have one play, try to do something with it. Of course, Central again will receive the 3rd quarter kickoff.
Should see a prevent look here with 3 safeties, which you do. It looks like Hires back as well, so they should give a lot of cushion.
Yeah, Station's going to just take the knee here and go into the locker room down 22-8. Indians looking good.
And get the ball back.
They get the ball back to receive in the second half. And Samantha Burford down there with Coach William Blair. Coach on his crutch and everything. We'll send it down to Samantha and see what Coach thinks about the way his team played there in the first half.
Start off with the offense. That is a great way that you want to end the first half on senior night. Talk to us about what's going right, what's going wrong, especially with Corinthian Barnes.
Well, I mean, Corinthian knows he's got to get the ball and he's got to fight through the first tackle. So he does a great job of that. You know, they're giving us some different looks up front. So our offensive line, they're able to come back and make the adjustments. So, you know, we got a great coaching staff that makes those adjustments. Some really smart kids up there. And so we were able to make those adjustments and be able to go right down the field and eat the clock. You know, that's the best defense for Bryan Station is to not have the ball, and it's always in our hands.
What are we going to expect second half? I'll keep it short because I know it's going to take you a little while to get back.
No, you know, we're going to expect them to try to make more big explosive plays, get the ball to number 4 a little bit more. You know, Jordy Haskins, you know, when he comes in the game, we know he's getting the ball, or they're trying to use him to pull our player out. So we're going to talk about it up there, and you know, talk to our young guys like Gavin Kinley and some of those guys made some mistakes out there, but then he turns around and makes a great play. So he's going to be, that comes with the the learning experience, but that's why he's out there. He can make good plays, and then offensively, you know, we're going to get back in our no huddle offense, and so we got more time to look at the reads and make our calls and make our checks and tags.
Coach, thanks a lot. Everybody's very happy to see you up and walking around.
Well, I tell you what, it's a lot better than sitting in the end zone the whole time. That was better, but it's good. It's we're getting healthy, and I'll be ready to keep walking. Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to take that 3-minute commercial break. It's great to talk to Coach, and good to see him back and walking. So, be right back with us.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Coquedet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
When you grow up in Richmond, there are 2 traditions you know by heart.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Jack Burford Chevrolet isn't just a place to buy a car. It's where generations of Central Kentucky families have started their journey.
More than just a school, EKU is the heartbeat of this town, a cornerstone where tradition, pride, and a winning spirit come together.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football. 2 Richmond icons, 1 winning tradition.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
School history with an average of 299.
Back to the action here on WBON TV. I want to answer, it was Kenley on their return. He was answering a question for Hugh Davis, WL Stats, here tonight with us. We got Derek McElwee from Madison HVAC here as we welcome you into the halftime show. The Madison Central girls golf team being honored for their state championship that they won a couple of weeks ago. So congratulations again to those young ladies. But as we kind of enter into finally those cold temperatures are here. We've been waiting for them for a month or so, I feel like. But, Derek, they're finally here. And it's always good to kind of keep your HVAC system ready for when that time comes. It's finally here. So if we can kind of talk about some tips for folks as we head into the winter, into those colder months, what they can be doing now to prepare for that.
Yeah, so a couple of things that you don't think about when it gets cold outside is your outdoor faucets. You probably need to go ahead and disconnect your hoses from there and make sure you can get those styrofoam covers from Lowe's or Ace or wherever, Amazon. You can do that. Go ahead and switch your indoor fans to counterclockwise rotation. That's usually a good thing to do in the wintertime. Change your filter and go ahead and fire up your heat system and go check your vents and make sure that you have warm air coming out.
Now, for myself, I like it to be cold at night. So obviously you want to try to, for myself, I don't want to turn the heat on in the evening time, or you can set it to a certain temperature. What would you recommend there to do if you want it to be, 67, 68 degrees during the evening time? You don't want the heat to run all night long and be too hot in your home.
Yeah, so right now where it's still getting warm during the day.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think it was 80 last Saturday. So people are still using their air conditioners. And then you turn right around and need a little bit of heat at night or wake up in the middle of the night and it's cold. So set your heater wherever you're comfortable at. It's not going to heat during the day if it rises above that temperature. So if you're not at home, you can set it on 66, 68 or wherever just to knock the chill off at night while you're sleeping. And then it's not going to run during the day because the temperature is going to increase.
Now, I've heard, too, when it's a sunny day like it was today, that the sun can kind of heat up the inside of your home as well. So maybe opening up those curtains, those blinds, and just letting the sun do what the sun does and just letting the heat of the sun kind of blaring in warm your home up as well.
Yeah, so that's called thermal transmission.
It's a big word.
Thermal transmission. So heat will enter your house through the walls and the ceiling. The attic space and stuff. So right now where it's still warm outside, you're still going to have that. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So your heat's not going to run during the day, and you might still need to, even if it's 66 degrees outside or something, your house might warm up to 80 degrees inside, depending on how well it's insulated and what kind of window treatments and stuff. And if you're cooking in the afternoon. So really, your house can stay comfortable during the day, and then you turn on the oven or turn on the stove, and it heats up, and switch over to air conditioning. It's all right.
I wanted to ask you, too, I know you guys do a lot of specials throughout the year where you'll come and inspect someone's HVAC system to make sure that it is ready as it goes into even the summer, spring, whatever the time is. Talk about that and why it's important to have that routine inspection done, because you never know when your HVAC system could be on the fritz or when something's acting up.
Yeah, so anything mechanical can fail. No matter how old it is or not. And HVAC system is not something that you normally think about during your everyday operations and going to work and coming home, getting the kids somewhere and everything like that. You only really notice that there's a problem when it breaks.
Yeah.
And so to be proactive about that, we do offer system maintenances. And you can call the office at 859-625-1471, and they can get a little bit of information about your property and get you a quote on coming out and doing a system maintenance.
Okay. And you guys have the website, too. So MadisonHVACR.com is the website. Folks can go there. And there's just good information there on how to maybe take care of your system yourself in case, maybe it's something that they can just do themselves without having to give you guys a call at certain times. Obviously, you want to be doing the things to stay proactive. So checking that website out is a good way to get some tips on things as well.
Yeah, and there's a contact us form on there, too. If you have any questions about anything, you can shoot us an email. I see pretty much every email that gets sent in through the website and have no problem answering questions for somebody.
Yeah, there you go. So check it out, folks. MadisonHVACR.com. They fix that, too. They do a lot of different different things. So be sure to go check them out, MadisonHVACR.com, to get more information about all the different options that they have available and the services that they offer. Tell you what, man, a great game. And I wanted to ask you, too, but obviously talking about the business is important, but you've seen a lot of these kids kind of grow up playing football together. Here on senior night, talk about how special it is to see them go out there and finish off their careers. Obviously, a win tonight is important, but they've had a really good season here.
Yeah, so I'm Moose's dad. And
we didn't say that.
Yeah. So I am Moose's dad. And
before we go any further, how did he get that nickname? How did that come about?
So Derek was a preemie, and he was born at 3 pounds and 6 ounces.
Wow, okay.
And was in the NICU, and he had really, really big lips.
Okay.
And when he was in the NICU, he was laying there, a lot in the incubator and stuff, and he just had really big lips that kind of was taking up most of his face, and so we started calling him Moo Moo back then. And at some point, I decided that he probably would not like the nickname of Moo Moo his entire life, so this is probably not the best place to be telling the story.
Well, Moo Moo makes the tackle doesn't sound as good as Moose makes the tackle.
Yeah. So at some point, I started calling him Moose because he's always been kind of a thumper, even going back to the first year he played flag. So he played flag football early, a season or a year early for him.
Okay.
And so Sam Farmer and him played with the Jets their first year of flag football. And Moose got kicked out for tackling.
Of course.
In flag football back then. So, yeah, pretty much all these kids I coached over at Lake Reba when they were young. Corinthian, like Davion, all these kids. I've either seen them growing up playing or they've been on a team or we played travel ball together or something. So to see them all sticking with it and out here becoming young men is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. And they've had a great year and a great game so far. They've got a 22-8 lead. That's Derek McElwee from Madison HVAC. Again, go check out their website, MadisonHVACR.com. We'll take another commercial break. When we come back, John Clark will join me. We'll run down the first half stats, and we'll look around the state at some big games across the region that we're also paying attention to. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carriza designs, or we can custom design your dream ring. Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond. Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess you gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
Back to the action here as Madison Central leads 22-8 at the half. Glad to have you along with us. Michael Watkins, John Clark. We are now at the Galaxy Bowling Center halftime show with 32 lanes for bowling and over 50 arcade games. Galaxy Bowling Center in Richmond has fun for the whole family. Visit galaxybowling.com to learn more, or you can like Galaxy Bowling Center on Facebook. Coach, a terrific first half by Madison Central. Man, they looked good on both sides of the football. A little lag there at one point in that first half, but 2 interceptions defensively, made some big tackles. Talked about McElwee. He had the pick 6, and Kenley another interception as well. And offensively, Corinthian Barnes doing Corinthian Barnes things. A 25-yard touchdown right there on your screen, and another 1-yard score right before the first half came to a close. We see what the big playability is there for Central. It's just, man, when they are playing like they did last week, like they did a couple of times there in that first half, they can beat anybody in the state.
Yeah, and I don't want to take too much. Like, I thought they had a really good first half, and they didn't get the 4th down conversion. But on that series, go back and watch it. Station does a defensive change.
Yeah.
And in their system, there's just – it's football math, like – 6 guys can't block 9.
Yeah.
So it just the math wasn't math. And I think Coach Blair, he was exactly right. What he referred to it at halftime was we had to make adjustments. And then our guys up front had to figure out what they were doing. And then they did, and they went down and they scored again. So it was good to see Central make the adjustments needed after that series. They're going to be fine. If they do get that first down, though, on 4th down, we're on the verge of a running clock potentially right now. It's just been 1 or 2 play difference tonight. Yeah,
that one pass play, really the only offense Bryan Station has been able to put together. It was a 48-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback, Colson Carpenter, to Kamani Barber. Barber's had been the biggest playmaker for Bryan Station on that side of the football, but Central's been able to kind of contain him for the most part, other than that one big reception that he took into the end zone. Our halftime stats are served up by Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers. Pruitt & Sons is the name that sells. With over 25 years of experience in the auction industry, Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers are investing their time and resources into generating buyers to bid on your auction. Learn more on how to sell or bid online at PruittAuctioneers.com. Coach, look at some of these halftime stats. Corinthian Barnes, 15 carries, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns, an average of 8.2 yards per carry. Quincy Compton, 2 carries, 8 yards. Davion DeBruce had 2 carries for a yard. And Carson just had the quarterback sneak attempt there in the first half. Defensively, Liam Daly, 10 tackles.
He was all over the field, man.
McElwee had 9 with 2 tackles for loss. William Snell had 5 tackles, and Carter Heyer 4 tackles as well in that first half. For Bryan Station, Avery Johnson, 10 carries, 56 yards. Kamani Barber, 6 carries for just 5 yards net. And Colson Carpenter had the 1 carry for 5. He was 5 of 9 through the air, 82 yards in the touchdown, but did throw 2 picks, one of those taken back for a touchdown. And Kamani Barber, 2 catches, 57 yards, and a score. Indians score on a 25-yard run from Barnes, a 24-yard interception return by McElwee, and a 1-yard run by Barnes. Corinthian really doing the job, carrying the load once again for Madison Central.
Yeah, and what stands out to me, too, is if you remember the end of the first quarter, Central only had the time of possession for 2:47 in the first quarter, but by the end of the first half, it ended up being 10 minutes. They had the ball for 7.5 minutes in the second quarter, which was really good to sustain drives after making adjustments up front to what they were doing. So starting off the half with the ball here, I look for Station. I mean, I can tell Station's coaching staff's making adjustments throughout the game. They're trying to put themselves in position to win. I think they're going to come out slinging the ball here.
Yeah, I think so,
they're
too.
going to come out, they're going to throw the rock. They fully believe they can get back in this game. This first drive by Central's offense is vital right here, and they need to be be alert to some sort of surprise onside or something here as well.
Before the third quarter starts, we'll talk about the other scores around the region. That's courtesy of Gillum's Sports Lounge. Now, check out Gillum's Island as well over at South Porter Plaza. The same great service, same great food with an added menu with some special seafood options over at Gillum's Island. A play on Gilligan's Island. How about stopping by for a 3-hour tour of Gillum's Island? Again, that's South Porter Plaza, and also Gillum Sports Lounge over in the Richmond Mall. Some scores from around the area. Frederick Douglass, 21-0 lead over GRC at the half. Lafayette leading Dunbar 14-10 after 3. Tates Creek over Henry Clay 41-6 after 3. Highlands and Scott County tied at 14. And got a final score, actually, Tates Creek 41-12 over Henry Clay. And Madison Southern was down at the half 21-7 versus West Jessamine.
Henry Clay's had a rough year this year, man. It's been his first year head coach there. He was at Station last year, left and went over to Henry Clay. They've had a rough one this year.
So the third quarter about to begin as we welcome you back into the broadcast. Special thanks to Galaxy Bowling Center for our halftime show sponsorship. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll have our Jack Burford Chevrolet drive of the game, along with our final verdict as well from Blevins Law Office. It's a return from Davion DeBruce, and DeBruce around the 30 up to the 32-yard line. A nice return, but a couple of guys miss. Set the Indians up with nice field position, Coach.
And that's DeBruce's second touch tonight, I think. Yeah. Maybe third. He's not had the ball in his hands very often tonight, so be interesting to see what kind of adjustments were made at halftime here. There were several made in the first half. Be interesting to see what the coaching staffs came out with in this second half. I think you're going to continue to see Station just commit every hat to the box to stop the run game.
There was a hold against Madison Central. So the Indians will not have as good a field position now, back to the 21 after they mark the penalty yardage off. That's where they will begin this drive.
Yeah, just looking at their initial alignment here. I mean, you've got 8 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage here.
And off Barnes running right side. Good wrap-up tackle made on that far side by number 11, Laji Bojang, the senior, making the stop. 2nd down and 8 for the Indians.
Central with the no huddle.
Yeah, that was one of the things that Coach Blair told Samantha as well. They would switch back to that no huddle offense. Saw them do this at times the last couple of weeks. Didn't really get a chance to do it against GRC because of how quickly they continued to put up points. It is 2nd down and 8. They give it right back to Barnes again on that fullback dive, and he got 3 across the 25 up to the 26-yard line. So a 3rd down and 5 for the Indians offense.
Yeah, and what I like about the way they run the no huddle is it's not a hurry up. They're just not huddling. Yeah. It's still it's a slower tempo that you can change, but what it does is it can vanilla the defense a little bit because they're not sure if you're going to get to the line and snap it quick. They tend to make fewer adjustments on the defensive side of the ball when you do this.
So 3rd
See how
down
they're moving
and 5.
around? They're trying to get lined up and things. They just don't have as much time to make specific adjustments.
It's Compton in motion. They give it to Barnes. Corinthian, not as much room. So
a lot of bodies at the line of scrimmage right there. I mean, there's just 10 guys were up on the line of scrimmage.
So 4th down, it is a 4-yard again. Central lining up as if they are going to go for it. And then Coach Blair eventually sending the punt team out. So a 3-and-out on this third quarter opening drive. Not exactly the start we were looking for, Coach, but the defense has played well tonight, and Peyton Gilboa has had 1 punt that pinned the defenders back inside their own 35 on the last time.
When you're getting these many guys, within a couple yards of the ball, you're getting 8, 9-man boxes like this, really 9-man boxes, sometimes 10 is what they're getting. See what we do here. We're going to get a return.
Yeah, it's Haskins
nice
on the
big
return.
Hold right there. Phew.
Coming near side. He
nice
stiff-arms the defender, but a good job holding on for that tackle. And that's number 16 making that stop. Carmelo Hill.
Really nice tackle
for Central.
They got Station got away with a big time hold there on the other side of the return. But what I was referring to is I always liked coming up, faking the snap, getting under center, faking it, and then we used to call it a check with me system. Then we looked to the side. That gave the coaches time to look. Hey, there's 10 guys within the line of scrimmage here. Let's go with the pop pass here. Let's run a slant. Let's find the toss. It just gave you a little more of a real look to make the right play call when there's that many guys stacked in the box.
So 1st and 10, Carpenter with 2 receivers each way.
Yeah, 10 personnel are coming out spread.
They'll hand it off Johnson. Daly there along with the great play. Johnson broke a tackle. He was actually going back 2 yards. Ends up getting a 2-yard gain. Broke the tackle by Cohair and able to pick up a positive yard gain of 2 on 1st down. So 2nd down and 8, Coach.
Nice hard run by that young man. I just think that for them to get back in this game the way they really want to, they're probably going to have to chuck this rock a little bit.
They'll go with 2 receivers route. And these 2 guys here to this near side, and Barber and the tight end, Syens, have been the 2 main targets for Carpenter as they run it with Johnson far side. He shows off the speed, breaks a tackle, 1st down, finally tripped up by Higher near the 35-yard line.
Nice explosive run. I can see what they did. They made their adjustment at halftime. Looked like Station said, hey, let's stop fighting them in a phone booth. Let's spread them out. Let's get these guys out of the box a little bit. They're making plays running down backside. Let's spread these linebackers out and run the ball a little bit.
And that's one thing that Central
This is what Greg Crossings did, too, by the way. And if you remember, their tailback ran for about 140 yards, I think.
Yeah, they spread it out, and you kind of limit what McElwee and these guys do because they have to defend against the slot. Here we go, back to Johnson, near side this time. That's Parker in on the stop. Bronson Parker coming in for his first tackle tonight. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And, again, Parker and Mathis, those 2 guys, again, not the biggest nose tackles, but they do a great job from that nose tackle position of getting to the quarterback and at times making a stop like we saw there. And Mathis in that first half had that big play where he was pressuring the quarterback that eventually led to an interception by Gavin Kinley.
Yeah, those 2 young men for sophomore, they're not playing like underclassmen, which is great to see. This is interesting what they're cooking up here on 2nd down. Looks like they're staying spread. They're in a 3-by-1. They're staying in 10 personnel, so they're staying spread.
Some confusion there by the Bryan Station offensive line. They finally get set. 2nd down, 3 receivers left, 1 receiver near side. That's the tight end.
Yeah, he's got a one-on-one backside here too.
Yeah, pass out into the flat. It's caught by Payne, and
that's late.
That is a very late hit.
Way
I think that
late.
was Compton that pushed the receiver out of bounds.
Well, he had him fitted up, and they were out of bounds, and then he just drove him 5 yards. And I don't know if he thought he was in bounds still. That was odd.
Let's check out the replay here. Yeah, Compton stands
Plays
up
very
the defender.
dead. I think he thought he was still in bounds. He had to, right?
Yeah, I mean, Compton's not known for making a dirty play.
No, that's not at all anything I've ever seen that young man do. I think he lost where he was on the field. That's not typical of him.
Yeah, there was no whistle either. There was no whistle that blew the play dead yet, but it was definitely out of bounds. Yeah. We couldn't hear one up here at least.
Nice block on the perimeter by the wide receiver.
So now the Indians got to bend but don't break as Bryan Station set up inside the 20.
Worth noting they came back to the same trips, but they flipped the field so the boundary is the boundaries to their sideline. There's a one-on-one scenario backside. You got to keep an eye on here with speed on the backside with that single receiver out of trips.
That's Barber matched up with Hairston at the top of your screen. And now the ball is set at the 18-yard line. So a 1st and 10 for Bryan Station. 3 receivers right. That's a tight end in the slot. Higher showing blitz. They're
taking that one-on-one.
Barber makes the catch, and he will have a 1st and goal. Johnson comes in to make the tackle. Hairston went for the interception. Barber makes the catch, and it's now 1st and goal for the defenders. And, Coach, you talked about it. They're going to have to pass to maybe get a chance to win this football game. They've done it here those last few plays, and now they're set up inside the 10-yard line.
This is where you see coaching start to come out. Like I'm seeing them Station starting to formation to get one-on-ones, to get guys in space one-on-one. They're trying to get their athletes the ball in space. I mean, I definitely see what they're trying to do here. They're doing some good stuff.
There's a legal receiver downfield, an eligible receiver downfield.
This is not a play you see, or that's not a penalty you see called very often.
That's big for Central, though. It would have been 1st and goal, and now it's backed up 1st down at the 24-yard line. So a 1st and 14 for Bryan Station.
And that was a run play. It looked like he had that option to take that hitch, like it was automatically built in. When they bailed in coverage, he chose to take it, but they were blocking run up front.
No safety help over
Same
the top
set.
on the far side. So a one-on-one again with Barber. They'll give it to Johnson, running near side, a great tackle, open field by McElwee.
Great play by McElwee, and you also had higher notice that McElwee was making the play, so he stacked outside of him, which was a great play by that young man, because if he misses that tackle, he's there for the play as well.
Check it out again on the replay. He was hit first by Reeder in the backfield. That slowed him down, and then McElwee comes in to finish him off at the 28-yard line. So they lost a yard, 2nd down for Bryan Station.
They're lining up in that bubble formation with the trips again. They have a one-on-one backside. This is double pass scenario where you got to keep an eye on something like that, as aggressive as Central secondary has been.
They're doubling Barber here on the near side. Carpenter looking in that direction. He'll go into the end zone. It's Barber, and he'll make the catch. Double covered by both Kinley and Canterbury, and Barber not going to be denied. A 29-yard touchdown from Carpenter, and check it out again here on the replay. That was where he was going the whole time. Barber makes a great play with 2 defenders right in front of him. Canterbury never really made a play on the ball.
Yeah, just didn't make a play on the ball. It's like they were just watching the receiver.
So it's an extra point attempt now for Bryan Station.
That's a disheartening play to give up at this point, but I mean, we've seen
go for 2.
We've seen a lot of big plays come in the pass game against Central this year.
Haskins lined up in the Wildcat formation. They'll go for 2. Haskins will run to the far side. Central cannot keep him out. 2-point conversion. Oh, no good. No good, they say, on the 2-point try. So it's 22-14. Very, very close there on the 2-point conversion attempt. But the Indians keep him out, and they'll keep an 8-point lead with 6:45 to play in the third on WBON TV.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Jeff Hairston on the return for the Indians as we come back to the action here on WBON TV. Midway through the third quarter, 6:37 left to play. And what we thought a couple of times tonight, Central might be able to put this one away. Coach Bryan Station's hanging around, and right now it is a 8-point lead for the Indians as they get the football back.
Based on the defense they're getting, there's only a couple of run plays. I mean, it's like fighting in a phone booth up there with 10 guys that close to the ball. But there's only a couple of run plays that give you a hat on a hat. You can get an unbalance, run some G schemes, some load scheme options. Double dive is a good option, which they have and they've run tonight. Power is a good option, but there's just not a ton you can do with this many guys that stacked.
Gonna run the option, pitch out to DeBruce. Davion, man, tripped up. A flag comes in as Barber makes the tackle. It's got to be a hold, I would believe, against the Indians, right?
Hard to tell there because, honestly, if we held, we didn't hold very well because there wasn't a whole lot of blocking going on out here. Again, we're running triple to the receiver side, and Hairston has to hold that block for like 7 seconds. It's just not realistic to hold that. I like it to a non-receiver side potentially there. Maybe move that guy with motion. We're putting that kid in a tough spot right there against a good athlete at corner.
Yeah, Barber shows you what kind of athlete he has.
Now, I wouldn't mind that action, that option action with a little stutter and go and just dump it right over him and punish that corner for being that aggressive.
So it's now 1st and 20. They'll back it up on the holding penalty.
So you see what they've done is they've put Lawson out wide, a bigger body to block him. I get what they're doing here.
They pitch it out to Compton, going far side. Quincy's tackled in space. And again, making the play is Bojang. 2nd down and long coming up for the Indians offense, and Compton down with an injury. Quincy having to kind of hobble off.
His ankle maybe, or cramp, or shoe might have been coming off. It's hard to tell.
Maybe a cramp, yeah, a little bit of a cramping issue it looks like. And Quincy going to stay in the ball game. It's 2nd down and long. Indians need the 42 for a 1st down. They're at the 23, so 2nd down and 19. Have yet to see Carson pass tonight.
Not one attempt.
They're going to run the option again. Carson kept it and will go down. The defense of Montgomery there making the stop. And, man, Bryan Station read that one perfect. There was nowhere for Herbst to go. Even if he had made the pitch, Coach, Bryan Station was going to be there defensively.
Really nice job. It looks like that was Raymond Young of stretching that play out. He didn't fully commit to the quarterback, and Herbst did a nice job of attacking him to try to make him commit, but the young man did a good job of staying on Herbst's outside shoulder. Might have been a scenario there with a fake pitch to get vertical because he wasn't committing to him. That's a nice defensive play right there when you're defending an option quarterback.
So no gain, 3rd and 19, 4:48 to play. Where will the Indians offense turn?
2 high safeties now, a little bit of switch.
Carson, they run the double handoff. They give it to Barnes, who gives it to DeBruce. Davion's not got anywhere to go, and now the Indians defense will have to get a stop. The punt team coming out, and at the 29-yard line, Coach Clark, it has been a really impressive showing by Bryan Station tonight. They know, hey, we'll win tonight. We get to host a playoff game or two, as Haskins will go back to return, maybe the best athlete on the team for Bryan Station. Again, the son of the head coach, and it is Gilbo back to punt it away.
Well, and what's happened here, it's pretty clear. So Station played Douglas, which means they watched the Douglas Central game weeks ago. They've been studying what Central does for weeks. They've come in with a good game plan. They've put a lot of the same defensive things in there that Douglas was doing, loading the box. You remember their safety was 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. They're doing very similar things. And they've got Haskins. He's such a good athlete. They can put him back there by himself and just let him run around and clean up is what they're doing with him.
So the Indians defense needing to get a stop, keep some distance between them and the defenders. An 8-point lead, 22-14, 3:56 to play in this 3rd quarter. And when it looked like a couple of times tonight, Central might be able to put even more distance between themselves and their opponent here on senior night, Bryan Station has hung around. They've made the proper adjustments to keep this game within striking distance and now have a chance to tie it up.
Successful pass plays against Central's defense this year have come on the perimeter outside of the corners and over the top of the safeties, not in the middle of the field where the linebackers have those pass lanes.
Barber's lined back up in the Wildcat formation. He'll run far side. Indians there to read it, and Barber only got a yard, actually lost a yard.
Nice play by Daly.
Daly back in there making the stop to the 31-yard line. Loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Such good tacklers. I mean, and you're 1 second away from one of these linebackers making a play that can flip this game, where they're knocking the ball out, another pick. They're all over the field tonight.
So it's at the 31. Barber
staying in 10 personnel too. This is Station's halftime adjustment was the switch personnel. That's 4 receivers, 1 running back, no tight ends.
They give it to Haskins. McElwee read it and brings him down.
That's that big play we're talking about from linebackers, right? That's what they do.
Daly makes the first stop. McElwee makes the second. This one all the way back to the 28-yard line for a loss of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 14. Which, if you're Bryan Station, this might be right where you want the Indians defense at, Coach, on 3rd and long.
Yeah, we just, we've got to just be sound.
And here's the thing, too.
Right now,
Bryan Station, they had a lot of success throwing the football on that last drive. Their first 2 plays here, they run the football.
Yeah.
So Carpenter, you would think, will have to go to the air here on 3rd and long. Trips left, one receiver right.
One-on-one backside with a big tight end here. He's looking for it.
We'll throw it up, and Canterbury tried to make a play on it. Carpenter, man, nobody in the area.
Miscommunication there.
Yeah, Science went inside on the route.
Yeah, he thought he was getting deep out, didn't he? He thought he was getting deep out at the sticks, and they got a post.
So the Indians defense does just what they needed. They get the stop, a 3-and-out, and they'll get the football back to that offense. As 2:26 remains in the 3rd quarter, it's 4th down and 14 for Bryan Station.
That's a big scenario of turnover on downs here to give the ball back to Central. They needed that right there. Again, McElwee makes a big play from the linebacker position, starts to shift the momentum a little bit.
Science on the punt. Compton.
Oh,
wow. Compton had me faked out. I thought he was coming up to get it.
Based on the angle, I thought the ball was coming in too. I said, he's gone, man.
Yeah, there was nobody with Compton on this near side, but that's because the ball was on the other hash.
That's funny.
And Bryan Station will bring their defense back out. So Central has the football at the 41-yard line to begin this drive. Great field position, but 2 drives offensively here in the 3rd quarter and nothing to show for it.
Got to find something that can either block 10 guys or go over the top of them potentially. Same deal. I mean, they're fighting over who gets elbow room in here defensively. Look at this.
Got a whistle before the play and a timeout, Madison Central. 2:18 to play. Indians want to talk it over. They'll call the timeout, and is it just to make a substitution? No, they'll talk it over. They'll talk it over here, and we'll be right back in 1 minute on WBON TV.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Okay, I get it. You say no-brainer and the guy with no brain shows up.
I'm sorry, we met our new boat.
For a new boat? You don't call me. You call State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
There?
I was gonna say that.
He's right. Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage for your new boat and your RV. It's kind of a no-brainer. Easy decision.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
1st and 10 Indians after the timeout. Heading into the drive, they'll give it to Barnes and Corinthian to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. Got 4 yards. They do say the 45, so we got 4 on 1st down.
Landon Muncie had a nice block there, took his guy for a ride. They're coming off the ball up front. You can tell the linemen are a little irritated here, but I truly don't think it's been them not playing well tonight. It's just there's only so many of them to block all the legit defenders.
Yeah, coming into this drive for Central, they've had 2 drives in the 3rd quarter and have got a combined 15 yards. So hasn't been a whole lot to work with here on offense in this first.
Love the tight end pop. There it is. Yes, finally.
Wilson
That's what I'm talking about.
Catch, and he is brought down at the 25-yard line.
Been sitting there all night. I love that we hit it.
Finally, they do what we were waiting on them to do and throw it to Christian Lawson, who has made big plays so many times.
I was like ready to send a note down to the sideline about the tight end pop. It's just, I mean, everybody's so tight to the ball. It's there.
7th catch of the year for Lawson. Now 180 yards receiving on the year. And it works when you go to that big tight end, and we saw it with Bryan Station as well. Those guys can make plays for you.
And look, it's not loosing the defense. I wouldn't be scared to do something like that again. Double dive.
And off to Bruce. Davion a big hole. 1 man to beat. Touchdown Indians. No signal there. Going to say down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, man, I don't know.
That one was so close. Gage, let's check out the replay here and see if he got across. We have an injured defender on the field. They fake it to Barnes. DeBruce does a great job of cutting through the hole. Let's see here. Man, that is very close. It does look like that knee was down, and he was short of the line, the goal line. Davion DeBruce, who is...
I don't know how you don't give him that, man.
I know,
he was
close.
right. I mean, instant replay. You need a pylon cam to determine that one. That looked good to me. So good-looking play there. It looked like it was a midline read with the give to the second back through. Which is it's kind of a double dive, but they're not blocking one of the down linemen there, which is good because then you gain numbers on another linebacker.
Well, that's the first time this year that I can remember that play, the fake to Davion and then the read right through the middle, or the fake to Barnes, then the handoff to Davion.
And that's a read. So where the three technique, that defensive tackle crashed on Barnes, you give it to the second guy through. I have not seen us run that a ton either, but it gives you by not blocking one of the down guys, you gain an extra hat to block a linebacker. That's why he's able to get those extra yards. So I really like that call.
And Barnes draws so much attention. See if they can cap it off here. They'll give it to Corinthian. I think
I don't
he's
know
short.
if he's in,
I don't think
man.
he got in. He did not.
We never touched the defensive end there.
Yeah, no signal yet. He did not get across. So with 42 seconds left, and if you're Central, let this clock wind down and try to take it all the way close to the end of the second or the third quarter.
Yeah, we left the defensive end unblocked here. Just left him. Yeah, he came off the edge.
24 seconds left to play in the third quarter, an 8-point lead as Herbst again back up under center. Carson turns around, gives it to Barnes. The goal line fullback dive, no sign, and they're going to say he did not get across again.
Same young man made the play coming off the edge, off the tight end's hip.
Third quarter will come to an end. Indians will talk it over. It'll be 3rd and goal inside the 1. When we come back to start the 4th, we'll see if Central can put some distance again between them and Bryan Station. On the other side, we'll be right back on WBON TV.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
We go to the 4th quarter in Richmond. It's a 22-14 lead for Madison Central and a 3rd and goal. They've actually backed this ball up, Coach, to outside of the 1-yard line. It looked like we were right on the goal line there on that last play. They backed it up outside of the 1, the nose of the football now touching that 1-yard line on the left hash mark for this 3rd and goal play.
One thing I learned in all my years of coaching, no matter how much you think the officials are wrong, it is what it is.
Yeah. It's a game of inches, and that could come into play.
And it becomes, it is what it is. You can be mad about it, argue it all you want. You got to put the ball in the end zone down here and make it a clear touchdown.
Herbst sends Lawson and Johnson in
motion.
Shift
unbalance here.
Lost the football. Carson picks it up and will get across.
He's
touchdown, Indians.
Look at him making plays.
Wow. Carson Herbst loses the football. A flag comes in after the play in the backfield. So this might be another disgruntled Bryan Station coach. But check out the replay as Herbst picks it up, breaks a tackle or two, continues to fight and crosses the goal line, breaking tackles and scoring 6 for Madison Central.
Oh, sometimes you just need the ball to bounce your way, and that's what he got right there, didn't he?
Very impressive by Carson Herbst to keep his head and not get too frustrated, not too, with all the chaos going on, it would have been easily to kind of see things go wrong, but heads up play there by Herbst. It is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as somebody from Bryan Station said something to the official there after the touchdown. And the extra point coming up for the Indians to try to make this a 15-point lead.
You and I have talked about this a lot early in the season. We haven't mentioned it in quite a while, but how just Herbst is very calm under pressure this year. He's very in control. There was no panic about him there. I mean, that's basically what he did on the 2-point conversion before.
Extra point is good. 29-14 Indians. A much-needed touchdown to begin the fourth quarter, but still plenty of time left for Bryan Station. They'll receive on the other side when we come back on WBON TV.
The constant changing of the weather in Kentucky can hit hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471. Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
Back to the action here, and we thought the flag after that touchdown was against Bryan Station.
Yeah,
it must have been, even the official, I believe he signaled Bryan Station, but it must have been on the Indians because Peyton Gilboa was kicking off from his own 25-yard line. Coming near side with it, and it's going to be returned, bobbled, now picked up, lost again, and Bryan Station just falls on it. Heads up play there by Bojang to fall on it and preserve the possession.
It's best case scenario to keep him on that side of the 50 after that. It's just like situations like this, it's only a 2-score game, really, which I know it sounds like, well, it's a 2-score game, but they've got explosive playmakers, man. They can get back into this real quick. So penalties like that used to drive me nuts. Like, you scored, we got a chance to start to really put this game away, and then we do something silly and give them good field position again. I don't know what happened. Somebody must have said something down there, obviously.
So it's 29-14 to begin the fourth. With that touchdown, the Indians add to their lead and takes 10 seconds off of the fourth quarter clock. So Carpenter will throw on first down out into the flat. Johnson, and a nice tackle made in space. I believe it was Colton Johnson that came in to make the tackle on Avery Johnson.
That's a mesh rail concept. They're shallow crossers underneath, and the rail is the back out of the backfield running a wheel route. It's a really effective concept out of that set. It's a great job by Johnson picking that up. That's tough to defend.
So to the 46-yard line. Carpenter with two receivers right. Near side is number 6 by himself, Braden Wilson, the senior wideout. Carpenter looking to the right side. He'll throw, and that pass caught by Barber. The guy that's made all the big plays tonight for Bryan Station will move the sticks into Central Territory down to the 41-yard line.
Nice little sit route there in the zone. He just found the zone, posted up in it. And again, I don't know what teams are watching when they're watching Central this year, preparing for games, but this is how I would attack this team constantly, and I don't know why teams are not.
Inshu in there defensively as the Indians go with 3 down linemen again. Carpenter, when I throw the screen, we're looking for the screen pass. We'll throw over the middle, and that one should have been picked. That one was way out of reach for his intended target. Closest man to the football was Jeff Hairston Jr. That did not make the catch. Second down and 10. Hairston almost with another interception for Central, who already has 2 of those tonight.
Inshu had him a little uncomfortable. One thing I noticed, they were looking for the tight end on the backside. They motioned the back to the quad side, but it was a nice job by Johnson. He's jamming the tight end as he releases. If he gets out free there, he's going to be open. But just that little bit of him getting a hold of him for a second at the line makes a big difference.
That's one thing they didn't do against the tight end against Scott County.
Yeah, they were letting him run free. You're exactly right. But they're getting hands on him right now.
Barber in motion to Canterbury's side of the field. That's the far side, the open side for Carpenter, who looks that direction. Pressured, and Inshu brings him down. Inshu on the sack, back to the 46-yard line. He comes off the edge and makes a huge play. Check it back out here on the replay. Carpenter running for his life. As soon as he took the football, nobody gets Inshu. The
line slid the wrong way.
Yeah, the tackle had two guys to block, and he went to the wrong one as Inshu comes in to make a big sack for the Indians defense. Now 3rd and 15.
That's that chess match. They had the right defense drawn up for, the line was sliding to the right, and you had a 2-on-1, which is what you want.
Nice snap for Carpenter. He'll look, going deep, and that's incomplete. Compton, did he make it? Catch. Quincy Compton picks it off. No sign yet. Did he have it?
He had it. That's a great play by Quincy
Interception by Compton.
See, these boys can catch the ball.
They
can catch the ball. That's a great toe tap over there on the sideline by him.
Quincy Compton, an interception for the second straight week. Check it out here again on the replay. Compton hauls it in, gets both feet down. And the interception will set the Indians up with an opportunity to close this one out and put a long drive together and cap off a kind of a roller coaster-like night here in Richmond, where it's been kind of an up and down affair at the Tomahawk Valley. Central with the football back and a 15-point lead.
Got to be careful here. Just dive. Not going to move the sticks against this defense likely right now.
Hand off to Barnes and Corinthian. Or make that to Compton. It was Compton that took
second
the
back
handoff.
through. Yep.
He got 4 yards to the 21-yard line, so 2nd down and 6. 10-10 to play. Madison Central trying to hold on for a senior night victory and secure at least one postseason game here on this field. It'll be 2 weeks from tonight. Of course, they'll play again in just 6 days. They'll be on the road at St. X in Louisville on a Thursday night on October 30th, next Thursday. Hand off. Oh, ball comes out. Compton. Heads up play by Quincy to fall on it again as Herbst lost the football. Compton dives on it. It'll be 2nd down. Now 3rd down and 4. They do get positive yardage on that recovery, though, Coach.
Yeah, they're making me nervous up here, man. I like the set they're in right now. I'm not. They run a lot of G scheme, and I've not seen a bunch of that tonight. I really like the G scheme out of the set they're in right now to get the ball off tackle. It hasn't been called yet, and I like it against this front right now. I think it's got a lot of potential.
So it's 3rd down, a long 4, short 5. They give it to Barnes. He's hit, and he stood up. Nowhere to go for Corinthian Barnes. So a 3 and out will give the football right back to Bryan Station with 8:55 to play here in this 4th quarter. Still plenty of time for the defenders as they will force the Indians to punt. We haven't seen a ton of 3 and outs this year by Madison Central, but they've had a few of those tonight.
Yeah, you've seen about 3 or 4 tonight.
Yeah, I think this is the 3rd of the 3rd quarter, or of the second half, excuse me.
Yeah, it's
No, the offense is staying on the field.
Okay.
On 4th and 2 with 8:25 to play, the offense is staying out there.
And this is rushed right now. It doesn't feel super clean, does it?
Oh, Carson's going to punt it himself. Yeah. Carson gets a good boot into it as well. It takes a central bounce all the way inside the 30 before ducking out of bounds.
Now, I do like that, getting that on film. That's something else teams have to prepare for going into the playoffs. I'm a big fan of little wrinkles like this.
Quick score update. 33-14 West Jessamine over Madison Southern with just under 4 minutes to play there in Nicholasville. Look like the Eagles going to drop to 1-2 in district play, and they'll set up a road matchup for them here in 2 weeks.
I hate to hear that for Coach Kirk. I just know it's been an uphill battle for him this season.
The Indians defense comes back out to try to close out this football game. If you see Jeff Hairston now sliding over into a safety spot, nobody on this side for Jeff as the Indians defense there. It's picked up by Snell. A big man touchdown.
Snell.
Indians score again on defense. It's Snell who picks up the fumble. And a big man rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for 6.
Snell has a pick this season and a scoop and score. And how about Matheson there just grabbing the quarterback and just torquing him?
Good block downfield by Daly to spring him for the touchdown. And that might be enough to
close
this one out for Madison Central.
That's 2 huge plays by Wiley Mathis at the nose position tonight that have really affected the ball game. Really, really big momentum swings on a pick where he got a hold of the quarterback and then getting a hold of him right there on the fumble.
So with 7:58 to play, the Indians make it 35-14. Gilboa on for the extra point.
Snell's got a nose for the ball, man. To have a pick. If you're over 200 pounds like that, you've got a pick and a scoop and score. Good for that young man.
Extra point's good. 36-14. Central out in front in the fourth quarter on WBON TV.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today. Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
Back to the action with Peyton Gilboa to kick it away.
See ya.
That one is,
he kept it in.
At the 1 yard line, returned by Payne. Nice
blocking
cut.
The back.
Yeah, blocking the
get
back, no
called.
flag.
Yeah.
And Payne stepped out of bounds around the 30-yard line. So a little entertaining return there by number 10, Brandon Payne.
Gosh, how do you miss that block in the back right there?
Right in front of the official.
Wow.
Coach was looking at some of the numbers here. This Central defense, man, they have been so good this season. Another score. Second one tonight. We had the pick six last week by Compton with McElway leading the way. We've got 2 picks by Herbst this year. Snell's got the interception. And then McElway with the pick six already this season against Frederick Douglass. So
you take their 14 off the board, this is a different game right now. But that's what they do. I mean, they're giving up 11 a game this year. They've given up only 14 so far tonight. I mean, they're holding when they need to.
Caleb Sheets now in at quarterback for Bryan Station as they hand it off to Johnson. Nice tackle by Hairston.
Lathan Cohair made a fantastic play there. He used a technique. He had 2 pullers coming at him. He came up underneath him and forced the play to bounce. And that's what you want in this scheme because those safeties are coming downhill. Really nice play. He doesn't make the tackle, but he really makes the play. That was a nice job by that young man.
There's a block in the back here called against Bryan Station. They missed the one in return. They'll call it here on that first down play. So back this football up inside the 20 now for Bryan Station. As the official trying to get the guys to move out of the way. Should be at the 18-yard line, I believe, and that's where it'll be. 7:42 remaining in this fourth quarter.
What's
Central.
What's your temperature out right now?
Cold.
Did you check it? It's definitely dropped tonight. Yeah.
I'm going to say we're at 42. Sheets again in at the quarterback spot. Trips right. He'll roll to the right side. Sheets rolling out, looking, and
again, man.
Is that Cohair?
Lathan, man, what a play. Like his ability to just stay outside there. He's turning on here in the fourth quarter. That's a really nice defensive play. 2 plays in a row by Lathan Cohair.
What was my guess, 42 or 43?
Yeah, you said 42.
It's 43 degrees right now. And a frost advisory.
Samantha was complaining it was too warm outside earlier when she was doing her sideline interview.
Yeah. Did you ask Coach Blair for a ride in the golf cart?
I should have.
Yeah. You could have done the interview. It would have been cool to watch you zooming down through there.
Like in basketball.
Oh, yeah, the walk. Well, they do field goalpost to goalpost. So it's second down and long for Bryan Station. Second down and 20. Sheets steps up into the pocket, pressured again. Daly coming after him. Daly will wrap him up, and Daly will bring him down.
That's not going to happen against these guys. bad snap, threw off his timing, which really is advantage for the Central defense.
And
right
I
there.
understand the change at quarterback. You got a guy that's thrown 2 picks tonight. He's had the fumble that was returned for a touchdown, but at times, I mean, the quarterback Carpenter, he looked good throwing the football.
Yeah, and it could just be there just looking to, see what some guys can do, give some guys some opportunities. I mean, one thing that's very real.
And he might have gotten hurt as well.
Could be. One thing that's very real in Lexington, too, is everybody's trying to steal everybody's players. Yeah. So if you got a guy that's decent as a backup, you have to play him in Lexington or somebody's going to take him.
Trips right, one receiver, tight end to the left side for Sheets. Throw it out in the flat. Pass caught. And Lawson coming in and pushed the defender out of bounds. Nice play there by Christian Lawson. 4th down and long, and Bryan Station, I mean, I guess at this point in the game, you want to try to go for it, but
I don't know if you can here at 4th and 22, can you? From your own,
yeah, with this much time in the game,
from your own 20-yard line,
you got to punt it away.
this.
Yeah. Compton and Hairston will return. Neither guy have had a chance at returns thus far this evening.
I'd love to see the other one lead block this time, but that's not what they typically do. But
Compton, all right, he's going to go out of bounds. Again, Quincy, man, they're so good on the fakes. Quincy trying to get these guys on the near side to read him. The ball was out of bounds on the far sideline. Yeah. Indians have it at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not pulling people anymore, so it's almost you're better off to turn into a lead blocker there. But this new style of spread punts has made it harder and harder for teams to get return yards over the years. You've got to be creative with it.
So 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line, Central.
Okay, a little bit of a 2-by-2, a little more spread here.
Herbst will pitch out to Bruce. Or it's Compton, Quincy, and there's the hold again. Why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
They get him on the hold.
It's Lawson that's going to be called for it, and that'll bring him another big Quincy guy. Look at Compton. He's so upset. It's another big play that Compton has had this season.
It's remarkable.
Has been called back. That's like the 10th time this year he's had a run or catch of 30 yards or more been called back due to a penalty.
And just watching the replay, Lawson makes a great block there. When the ball goes by him, all he's got to do is let go.
Yeah.
He went for a finish on the block, and that's where he ended up having the hold. But he's patient, and then he just held on for too long. When the ball goes past him, he's got to let go there.
So 1st and 20 now for the Central offense. 6:05 remaining in this. Oh, they're going to back it. So it's only at the 43-yard line. So you're going to lose 4 yards technically from where the
spot was.
Previous spot.
Yeah. But I like the perimeter hit. I like the spreading it out a little bit and hitting the perimeter right now. I think it's a good-looking move. Yeah, it was a good-looking play.
So back to the offense with Carson. Handoff Barnes.
Inside trap.
Falls forward and gets back the 4 yards from the penalty, 2nd and 10.
Worth noting here, do you see Lawson downfield with this young man? So here's what he's getting man coverage. So they don't have to stalk block him like they're doing and getting beat. They can just run him off.
Yeah.
And he just ran him off there. I don't know why they haven't done that sooner this evening to get those corners out of the play.
We dip under 5.5 remaining in the 4th quarter on senior night. Central well on their way to another victory to go to 6-3 on the season and set up a interesting matchup next Thursday at St. X. Again, with Halloween next Friday night. Appreciate Samantha wearing her costume this evening.
I don't think she thought that was funny.
I haven't had a dig at her tonight. I had to get one in before we got off the air. I'll fake the pitch out. Carson, he's going to fall down. I like the heads-up play. It looked like they were looking for Lawson potentially, but it just took so long to develop. Carson comes out of the rollout, a defender right in his face, and he just takes a seat.
There were a lot of people in the backfield on that.
So 3rd down, and you lose 5 on the play, on the 2nd down play. So 3rd down and 15 at the 43-yard line. Need to get to the 43 of Bryan Station. Carson looks back at his fullback. They'll give it
triple out the back. Look at the perimeter.
Fake it to Barnes.
There he
Carson,
goes.
A big hole. Herbst
He's
on
got
the
a shot.
run. And he'll get it inside the 25-yard line. A big tackle made in space by Montgomery, and a big play made by Carson Herbst. Had the option read, kept the football, and Carson really has been kind of quiet tonight.
Well, there's a reason. It's 3rd and 13, so here's what Station did. They played 2 high safeties. They pulled a guy out of the box. Now they're too high. Now you don't have that fill player in the alley, which gave him that alley to run. So surprising call on 3rd and 13, but fit well with 2 high safeties.
So 1st and 10, and Central can take more time off the clock here.
Now that safety's back down again.
They'll pitch it out. Compton again. Quincy.
That's a great job by
Lawson. The hole, and it'll be a 1st and goal now for the Indians.
Lawson waited and waited and waited and engaged late. That's a great job by him.
Compton shaken up after the play. Has to kind of hobble or actually pull himself over to the sideline.
He was cramping earlier, it looked like, potentially.
I'm hoping that's all this is.
Yeah.
They are going to try to stretch him out. So maybe that's all it is for Quincy. Get that kid a banana and a Gatorade.
When you start cramping in a game, it's really hard to not continue to go south with it when a kid starts cramping. It's like you almost know you're on a time limit with them at that point.
Now back up on his own. Good to see Quincy walking around here over on the sideline. The Indians go right back to Barnes. Corinthian in for 6 more, make it 42-14. Touchdown number 3 on the night for Corinthian Barnes and Central. It took them a while, but they have finally pulled away from Bryan Station.
Yeah, it was a good offensive series. Formational adjustment, loosened the box a little bit.
That is touchdown on the season number 16 for Corinthian Barnes.
Gosh, he's at a game tonight, too.
Yeah.
He's probably close to 150 yards rushing, isn't he?
What's it? 149?
He's at 149. He is.
How much good is it to have, or how good is it to have a Hugh Davis and Ron Harrison up here at the booth with us tonight?
I think I'm going to have to put that in my contract in the future that I don't do games without those guys. Getting stats has been awesome.
PAT is good. 43-14, 3:11 remaining in the ball game. Indians pulling away from the defenders on WBON TV.
The real estate company is locally owned and with over 20 years experience. Last year they ranked 2nd in Madison County for overall sales, and if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Central Kentucky, choose the real estate company. They specialize in new construction like this 3-bedroom, 2-bath at 813 Denali Drive, or this featured 4-bedroom home at Copley Point Drive in Richmond. Visit therealestatecoky.com to see these and more great homes available with the real estate company.
Bills don't care when payday is. But with CVNB's new checking account, you access your paycheck up to 2 days early, giving you faster access to your money when it matters most. Cover rent, buy groceries, pay your bills. Skip the stress before payday even hits. Open your account today at cvnb.com or visit your local CVNB branch. CVNB. Think better.
Payne will return from the 2 for Bryan Station. Running to the far side of the field. Cuts it back. A nice block and a big hole. Gilboa there. And a nice job coming up from behind to make the stop as Keenan Clevenger.
Freshman.
Chasing him down to make the tackle. A nice play on special teams by the youngster.
That's a really nice job by Gilboa, slowing him down, too, making him cut. Yeah, if Gilboa doesn't impede him there, he's gone. Nice job by the freshman.
Yeah, chasing
the freshman
him
having some highlight film. That's a big deal for that youngin.
We've seen the last couple of weeks some of these young guys getting out there and making plays. So ball at midfield for Bryan Station. They got plenty of time to strike one in here.
Yeah, he hit the sideline. Helmet came off. He's jacked up. That's exciting to see for a young guy.
So 2 receivers to the left for Sheets, the quarterback. He'll hand it off. A new tailback seeing action is number 34. Jeremiah George takes the handoff for Bryan Station.
Jeremiah's not a small back.
No.
He's thick, isn't he?
Yeah, they've had they've had 3 or 4 guys take carries. They've all looked good carrying the football.
He's got some legs on him.
Toting that rock.
Yeah, he's got some legs on him.
I've been standing up for a while. I'm going to take a seat.
This has been a great night for football. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get a burger delivered up here throughout the evening, but that's okay.
We've made plenty of hints for Samantha, and she's yet to deliver. 1st and 10.
Nice tackle by Hire.
I think Samantha Burford DoorDash sounds good. You should apply. You got the new car, you got the new Tahoe now. Get it going a little bit. You can get it. No, you could DoorDash it from the concession stand. No, it's closed now, Coach. We didn't even get the chance.
I know.
2nd down and 2. 2:18 to play. The Madison Central volleyball team will be playing in the first round of the 11th region tournament this Monday. You can watch that one live on WBON TV. And off again, it's George. He'll run up the gut. First down there. Also tomorrow, from 12 to 1, we'll have the EKU Game Day Show, our tailgate show from the RV lot at EKU. And we'll be there for the homecoming game versus Tarleton State. You can catch the Game Day Show tomorrow with Howard Miller and myself on WBON TV. Should be a fun day. Looking forward to seeing some old classmates and maybe some of the former people who used to beat in the rec center. Or they used to beat me.
Okay.
Yeah. First down, high snap for Sheets. He'll have to go chase it down, and the heads-up play to just dive on it.
If you're looking for breakfast before the homecoming EKU game, we're having a men's breakfast at my church tomorrow in Berea. Great Commission Church in Berea at 9 a.m. Come join us. Jamie Todd, the head basketball coach of Boyle County, is going to be our guest speaker.
I saw your Facebook post about it.
Yeah. Excited for that in the morning.
2nd down and 15. Clock ticking down to dip under a minute before the snap as Sheets will hand it off near side. George again on the carry. And I think Bryan Station is kind of
ticking out.
Yeah, they've seen their fate.
Hey,
they'll drop to 4-5 on the year.
One thing I want to note here is it wasn't the prettiest game throughout the whole game, but it tells me a lot about where Central is right now. When you can have those ebbs and flows throughout the whole game, and we're sitting here 43-14. I mean, this game's not even close right now, and there were moments throughout the game where it was. So they're just, again, they continue to find ways to win in spite of mistakes and things, which is a sign of a really good football team.
Another nice run by Bryan Station as this time they give it to Micaiah Mays, the sophomore. He'll have a first down as the clock ticks all the way down, and we'll go to 0-0. Madison Central will get a big homecoming victory. It took them a while, but they eventually pull away from Bryan Station. A 43-14 win over the defenders here on senior night. And they'll travel next Thursday to take on St. X on the road in Louisville. We'll wrap it up with our post-game show, CG Bank post-game show on the other side. We'll have our Jack Burford drive to victory. But tonight, the final verdict, it is in. It's Madison Central knocking off Bryan Station 43-14, courtesy of Blevins Law Office. That's your final verdict. And when you want results that win, trust Blevins Law Office in Berea. Look them up online or like the Blevins Law Office Facebook page. Big win for the Indians. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels!
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
Cars break down. Tires go flat. Check engine lights show up at the worst possible time. Don't break the bank fixing your car when ABR Auto Recyclers has you covered. They have good used tires, a huge selection of parts, and they can get a large selection of aftermarket parts shipped overnight. They're just a quick drive down 4 Mile, and you can't miss them on Box Ankle Road. You can save 50 to 75% off retail prices. Go see Scott and the gang or check them out online at abrautorecyclers.net.
Final score 43-14 as Madison Central defeats Bryan Station on senior night. We'll welcome you into the CG Bank postgame show. CG Bank wants you to know you're taken care of wherever life takes you. Ask about Kasasha Cashback checking with 4% cashback on debit card purchases. Visit cgbank.com to see more, like the CG Bank Facebook page. Big win for Madison Central tonight, Coach Clark, as we close out the broadcast here. What a victory for the Indians. Again, kind of ebbs and flows. You talked about a kind of a roller coaster type victory, but when it mattered, man, they made the plays necessary. Corinthian Barnes, a big night for him. 149 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on 24 carries. Herbst had a rushing score. And the defense, man, what a performance defensively. Daly and McElwee combined for 23 tackles and 7 tackles for loss.
They're unreal, man. I mean, you can't game plan Central without knowing where those two guys are and getting you've got to get hats on them. I thought tonight was a great game. Some people may feel like, these kind of – there's great athletes on this side of the ball. Yeah. They had a couple 300-pounders in there on the D-line. They had 10 guys within 3 yards of the ball to grind out a game like this. This is kind of how playoff football goes. So I thought this was a really good game for them. They don't need cakewalks right now. They need these tight games that really prepare you for the playoffs, and they got that tonight.
Before we get to our Jack Burford Chevrolet drive of the game, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the best in both new and used Chevrolets and other models in Richmond. You can visit jackburford.com to see the entire inventory, or stop by Jack Burford Chevrolet on the bypass in Richmond across from Walmart. You can check them out again online at jackburford.com. And tonight's drive of the game, Coach, not a full-fledged drive, but when you get a big man score, you don't get those a whole lot. We got to give it to our guy, Will Snell. Second touchdown of the season, and first touchdown of the season, second turnover that
big
he's
play
had
turnover
the interception
for him,
earlier on in the season. And check it out here. He's a Jack Burford Chevrolet drive of the game. Will Snell, the big man score with the fumble recovery, and takes it the distance for the touchdown.
Look at him high-stepping in the back of the end zone, too. I love it, man. He gets his feet kicking up. The linebackers are so excited for him, man. They're going nuts.
Well, and the thing about Snell, and they've just got so many guys. We could name off like 18 guys that have made plays defensively this season. Talks about the depth of this team, and you can see it again there on the Jack Burford drive of the game. Will Snell making a big play for the Indians defense. That was really the play that set this game apart for the Indians as they pulled away for the victory.
It was, and I mean, they've got the depth this year. There's a lot of really good things going on. They're earlier in the year when the game was tight like this, like your North Laurel, your Johnson Central, they couldn't quite turn the volume back up. They couldn't quite get it back in their direction. Tonight, there were a couple tight moments there, and they flipped the switch quickly back, which is what you want to see. I mean, I really think they're trending in the right direction going into the playoffs. I think they have a chance to be one of the hottest teams in 6A walking into the postseason.
Got to put on a good show next week. So the game next week will be Thursday night, not only for Madison Central, who travels to St. X, but for Madison Southern, who will welcome in Whitley County next Thursday. It'll be the Indians on the road to close out their regular season, and Madison Southern at home versus Whitley County. It'll be our WBON TV game of the week there. For the Eagles, as they close out the regular season. And for tonight, the Indians, though, a big win, 43-14, your final score. Special thanks to our great production crew. Could not have done it without the hard work of Gage Hill, our producer this evening. Our camera guys, we had Garrett Stearns, Jacob Beck, and Landon Eads on the cams this evening. Special thank you as well to Samantha Burford, our sideline reporter, and DoorDash deliverer, which did not come through. I got a complaint on the DoorDash app about that. And to the guys over at WL Stats, Hugh Davis and Ron Harrison, doing a great job of keeping us up to date with all the stats. If you're watching on TV, we'll have a new show for you coming up here at 10 p.m., so be sure to hang around for that. As for our live stream, we'll close out the stream here with this. Madison Central has a chance to really do something special this season, but, Coach, they've got to put on a good show next week as well. I mean, even if you don't go on the road and win, you want to keep this momentum going and show that you can be a threat in Class 6A.
I think they're in position for a great matchup Thursday night. Yeah. I expect a really good game. You're going to get like that great Crossings, Bryan Station kind of offense with a lot of firepower in it that's very disciplined, and that's kind of been an offense that has we've given up a lot to at times. But I think it's going to be a fantastic game, and I think it's going to really be a good litmus test for where we are going in the playoffs.
Central will be at home in 2 weeks to begin their postseason run. It'll be either against Dunbar or Lafayette. Not sure exactly who that opponent will be just yet. We'll try to get that information for you. We'll have, again, that on Monday's Sports Report. But, man, a big showing. Madison Central 43, Bryan Station 14. Thanks for watching, folks. Thanks to our Aiden Mills back at the radio control as well. A full-fledged production crew. We thank you for tuning us in tonight. We'll see you next time on WEKY and WBON TV.